See all your beautiful faces. Welcome back to another episode of Tatts and Tarrasques. We're back this week with previously our heroes making their way deep through the Underdark, fighting off Darrow, Duragar, and even chasing down a thief who had stolen a 6-shooter pistol, a boomcree, if you will, from Pauly. Notably, Pauly had also stolen that from someone else, but that's the principle of the thing.
Absolutely correct.
Also, don't forget the vial of acid.
The vial of acid?
That I threw at the Darrow that was getting torn apart.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, so they found some more Darrow that were causing a bit of mischief. One in particular was taunting some zombies that had been gotten lost in the Underdark to give space to Winfred and the bears. Sorn and Pauly kind of made their way up the top, created a lot of sound, and then eviscerated or allowed a Darrow to be eviscerated by zombies, I guess.
Second one.
And yes, Sorn did drop a vial of acid on that poor guy to put him out of his misery as he was being torn asunder.
Oh no, that wasn't to put him out of his misery. I just wanted to add
to the misery.
Yeah. I wasn't aiming for the face. I was aiming for like the legs. Just create more pain.
Yeah, more surface area.
Yeah, exactly.
Very cool. So the party proceeded on to try and find the lair of these ghost blades, the psychic Duragar, who had been turning these animals.
I'm going to be singing a song about
what music is that? It's
our home.
The Duragar Thieves Guild, essentially, that has been turning animals into slaves and selling them possibly as guard bears to other creatures in the Underdark who knows what with them. But let's get a bit of a refresher on who our champions are. Dylan, can you describe to me what we see when we see Sorn?
When you see Sorn, you see the embodiment of the champion of Talos. Maybe the worst champion of all time, but definitely better than the worst ranger of all time. So
it's not hard.
yeah, no. So far, haven't tried to cut a torrent of water in half. Blown a few things up. There's a lot. He's electrifying. We'll just say that. Electrifying personality.
He's greased lightning.
He's oil slicked lightning.
Timmy.
Pauly is your everyday general parrot pirate. Now, saying that he's an everyday parrot pirate is actually a fucking lie. He is one of a kind in every single way, shape, and form. He's dashing, charming, cunning, beautifully feathered, with a rainbow, like a ray, just across his whole body. Dressed up as a pirate, has a tricorn on his hat. A very dashing and awesome pocket, basically trench coat with epaulets, and likes to use, or his favorite little weapon is just being a fucking magpie and just swooping down on enemies with his Talon rapier. And yeah, that's Pauly.
Ooh, and Jakub.
Winfred, the character that I play, is the resident himbo of the group. He's big, fluffy, kind of dumb, and really strong. And also suffers from wild magic bits.
That's right.
Wild magic surges. Is a wild magic barbarian. And English is a language struggling with me today.
That's fine. And the party was making their way through the deep Underdark, following Winfred's nose. At his heel are three bears. One following very closely the cave bear, I believe, and the brown bear and the polar bear following a little bit further away, or the black bear, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
After a steady uphill climb, the tunnel you're walking through opens into a huge, well-lit chamber. The Tarrasques, the mosses and bioluminescent fungi compete with shafts of white light that fall upon naturally formed shelves along the walls as of a rocky mesa at the center of the cavern. Crudely formed ramps connect the different levels of the mesa up to the height of its two topmost tiers, which are linked by a sturdy bridge. Atop one of those tiers, you see the red glow of a dragon egg. Atop the other stands a 50-foot tall obelisk made of smooth black metal with a few noticeable imperfections, as though small parts of it were somehow chipped away. At the top, you also see a small, a female Darrow standing close to the obelisk, gently patting and stroking its surface. And as you watch, the obelisk flashes once, and the glow around the room flares in response. The Darrow squeals with glee as she snatches an object up from the ground and then appears to be sort of hunched over, doing something. Next to her is, you can see a Duragar, or you can kind of just make out the figure of a Duragar up on that ledge, though it's very unclear what he perhaps is doing. And that's where we find ourselves.
All
Right, boys, what's the plan?
Well, my plan has always been to try and get these bears out of here safely. So I'm going to continue trying to do that. But I reckon like pressing forward is probably the only way, considering the alternative is mushroom zombies.
Zombies weren't very friendly.
No.
Sorn's just gonna just say, I'm going to scout ahead a little bit further, take in a bit more information.
Yeah, no, that's a
What's
good idea, Sorn. I reckon you and I do that. We keep Winfred back a bit with the bears and just make sure he's safe and they're all looked after. And I'll go join you. So you go one way, I go the other. So this cabin, it opens up from this tunnel we're in, correct?
That's right. As you start moving in a little bit more, and you can see the mesa, each sort of tier is about 10 feet high.
Sure.
And as you sort of slowly make your way forward, Sorn stealthily, Pauly, if you want to give me the same, please.
Sure.
Assuming you are making your way stealthily as a rogue.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you fly right in.
Yeah, 9.
Describe to me what a 9 looks like, Timmy.
So as I'm pretending to essentially be I can't remember his name now, but you know, in the Emperor's New Groove, like where he's like
Kronk.
Yeah, but then I just kick a bucket.
Yeah, I'll stop you there.
Yep.
Still.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Pauly, you're kind of inching along, when and kind of making your way along the edge of the tunnel wall, and Sorn's already out ahead of you. You've kind of lost track of where he is in the gloom.
Yep.
And you kind of turn around, you're like, Sorn, where are you? Trying to keep your voice low. And you hear a voice in your mind that says, "Who's Sorn? Who are we looking for?"
Oh god, I don't like that token.
I know, he's kind of just gone somewhere. Like inside, like I mean, like basically with some level of my mind being fucking attacked by so many creatures, it's not funny.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, okay, all right, let's play along. You know what I mean? And go, I don't know, I've lost him. Do you reckon you can help me find him?
Yeah, so it looks like this.
Yeah, cool.
I've also got the description there. Is that meant to be there?
No, but that's fine. There's nothing
Okay.
there that you probably don't already know. Yeah, I think they've updated it and they've lost the ability to show the disgusting photo of what this thing is.
Right.
Well, and there's enough of a disgusting photo. It's big enough.
So you respond with like, yeah, like we need to find him, and he's like, we're not. Is he a Duragar? Because we're not meant to let any Duragar. We should raise the alarm.
No, he's not a Duragar. He's not a Duragar.
Oh, we're not meant to let any non-Duragars in. We need to raise the
It's
alarm.
okay. It's okay. We're all like they're not Duragars. It's fine. It's okay. And then I'm just gonna try and like convince him that like, nah, mate, it's all good. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna like flash him like a hall pass. You know what I mean? Like I just went to the bathroom, and you know he went to the bathroom too. And you're right. We can't let anyone in. He's supposed to be on guard with me. I need you to help me find him. Otherwise, there's Duragar and non-Duragar are gonna get in.
Yeah.
If I look back over my shoulder, do I see the spectator?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Keep that in mind. Can I
I
ready
try-
an
Yeah,
action on that?
Can I try and convince him?
You can see Pauly having this conversation with a 4 tentacled eyeball floating in there with a big old mouth. Yeah, you can try and convince him. So the real question for me, Timmy, is Pauly believing his own bullshit, And
You're very smart.
so, is this a deception check?
I would say it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like, deceive deceive him, and like, especially now that he wants to raise the alarm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give me a deception check. However, it is going to be at disadvantage because of that thing you keep doing.
Oh yes, good point. The fucking sheathing and unsheathing. Yep.
Let's see.
11.
So the spectator's looking at you as like, you're right. They did say no Duragar should come in. We need to make sure that the non-Duragar and the Duragar aren't mixing and coming in. That's probably what they meant. You're absolutely right. We shouldn't raise the alarm just yet, because then I might get in trouble. Maybe we can just deal with this creature. You and me will take on this Sorn, is it? We'll find the Sorn? Let's find the Sorn and kill the Sorn.
Okay, I agree completely. Now, what we need to do is this. This is the age-old rule of when you want to kill something and fight something in, this magical land we live in. We need to split up. All right? You just need to, can I just have like a little quick look around? Can I have a description of like what's around the area again? What I can see?
Yeah, sure. So you're sort of just coming out of a corridor and it's opened up into this massive cavern. There's sort of a lower level down over to the left and down to the right that kind of wraps around. And then in front of you to your left is the big obelisk, where there are sort of a Darrow and a Duragar doing stuff. And then over to the right, there's sort of another plinth that seems to be glowing with sort of red light. Beyond that, though, the cavern is actually very well lit. It seems to be that
how high up does the cavern go?
Excellent question.
I feel
the obelisk is 50 feet tall, and it's 70 feet. Or it's and 20 feet above you, so you're probably like 100 feet up the cavern.
I apologize. I feel like this is always a question that you have to answer with me.
That's fine. Yeah. It's part of that. It's part of the territory. We understand.
Yep. Okay, and I'm like, all right. So just have a quick little glance around. I'm like, all right, I am going to go down this path here, and what I want you to do is this Sorn creature can climb walls, and he's like a little spider kind of thing. So I want you to climb up the wall and then just look at the very top of the ceiling and then go around about 15 to 20 times because he's very sneaky.
Yes. All right. I'll find the Sorn, and then we eat the Sorn.
Yeah, we'll eat him. We'll fucking eat him. Don't worry.
So the spectator leaves you and kind of begins floating up into the top of the roof, up about that 90 foot mark. And starts, sort of bobbing around amongst the stalactites, kind of floating around, and you can kind of still hear it in your head though. Like it's not talking; it's still it's like broadcasting, and it's just like, "So, I'm gonna eat ya."
Every time he goes Sorn, I bring those swords out and back in again, and swords out and back in again.
The Sorn's spine starts tingling. He's like, "Ugh."
Yeah, you haven't picked up the broadcast yet, but you can definitely tell someone's talking about you.
Yeah, and I'm going to, upon seeing this interaction, I'm going to stay hidden from Pauly as well. just cover all my bases.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah. All right, so there's sort of a little ledge in front of you, Sorn. That sort of wraps around. There's sort of a bigger ledge around behind you or down towards your left. But Pauly, as you watch the spectator go, what are you doing?
I'm going to keep going.
Okay. So you start inching your way back forwards again, Winfred?
I might even actually just reorient myself and try to be sneakier. So I might roll if it's actually okay, because that obviously didn't fucking work.
So how does Pauly react to thinking he was sneaky but wasn't?
Oh, he's gonna basically bring his swords up and then just go hit himself in the head with his own hilt, going fucking idiot, and then try to be sneakier.
Okay, good. Yeah,
So,
give me a stealth check. And then Winfred, tell me what you're doing.
I wouldn't be able to see this happening, would I?
There's actually plenty of light in this room. There's not a lot of shadow or darkness. If you highlight your token, I think you can still see Pauly. He's definitely sort of hanging out near a lot of the
Yeah, I can see
bioluminescent
Pauly. There's
stuff.
like a little bit of darkness, and then I can see Pauly. I'm gonna say that Winfred hears the swan,
Yeah.
and gets spooked out by it.
Sure.
So I'm going to be like, I'm going to say to the cave bear, who obviously can't understand what I'm saying. I'm going to say to him in Earth sign, basically. I'll say like, we should probably go and look for the others, and then look at him, and then look ahead, look at him again. I'm gonna strike up a torch that I have in my pack, and I'm gonna start walking forward with the cave bear. Am I able to ready an action?
Sure.
Or is that only for combat?
Well, you just tell me what you're doing because we're not in combat yet. I think if you say like I'm prepared for X and I would like to do Y if X occurs, like that's fine.
Oh yeah,
But you don't need to be as specific as readying action yet.
Because Winfred's already a little bit anxious from his encounter with somebody saying the D word before. He's sort of already on edge, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ready a Bolster Magic action. Like if something spooks him out, to like ready himself with a Bolster Magic.
Okay. Cool.
Give himself an extra little kick,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to start walking forward loosely behind Pauly and Sorn.
Sure.
But I want to sort of like, yeah.
Now, like you saw Pauly standing sort of in the light, and as you go to light your torch, by the time you look back up, Pauly is gone. Like you can't see him anymore.
Okay, I'm just going to go where Pauly is.
Can Pauly, just before he runs off, also just go Swan and then fuck off?
Yeah, you can definitely smell where Pauly went. I think you can kind of
You
know
put
his
that
last
So
very
location.
I'm
dirty
just going to
scent.
go. I'm just going to follow the scent of Pauly and Sorn, and strike up a thing and go that way.
Yeah.
Have you ever smelled a chicken coop? That's what I imagine Pauly smells like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a mix between. It's like a mix
an
between chicken
unclean
coop
chicken
and
coop.
like stale beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Off ale.
Rum soaked like chicken coop.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to where Pauly is. So I'm imagining Pauly's not there anymore.
Sure. Sorn, what are you up to?
I'm going to continue along this little cliff face that I was like moving along.
Yep.
Just to stay away from Pauly as best I can. Can I see the red glow?
Yeah,
from
so
where
you
I
can
am?
see well from where you are. Obviously, it's up sort of above you now, so you can't see on top. But you can see the red glow being cast throughout the room. It's somewhat diffused by sort of the bright light that's coming down, but you can definitely sort of make out that glow for sure.
Would I be able to slowly and carefully try to climb up a tier to up to like here and then get to like this wall here?
Okay. Let me pull up the things. All right. Give me an athletics check to try and climb up this wall.
Hey, this ain't gonna be good. Yeah, that ain't good. That's a 7.
That's not going to cut it.
You
wait a minute. I think I've got something that I can fix that with.
Okay.
That's not a saving throw. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Athletics. Come on. Can I spend another one?
I doubt it. So your foot, you put your foot on there and you're like trying to be sneaky. You get up, not even halfway, and you just hear the rock sliding. You bolster you dig deep into that sorceric magic within your blood, and get one more push. You get at one hand on the top, and then a piece of the rock kind of breaks off in your hand and smack into the ground, and you hear a figure up top say something in Dwarvish. A figure you didn't. The voice comes from somewhere you hadn't seen.
Can I, as I hit the ground, would I be able to like roll away from the point of sound, like roll over a bit back towards the shadows?
Not super far, but yeah, you can kind of get your back up against the wall. I'll allow that.
Yeah, I'll like jump to like here and like tuck under
Sure.
what looks like a little bit there.
Cool. While this is happening, Pauly, you certainly hear the sound of failed climbing. And you look over and see Sorn over there, but his back's to the mesa wall, right? So he's hiding his silhouette from anything above. But from your point of view, you can kind of, now that he's made some noise, I think you can kind of see where he is.
Someone's just doing this.
Right.
He's straight up Pauly, just like, shh.
Okay. Well, if that's what he's doing, he's probably seen something. So I reckon I'll go up to here, and then I might try and climb up. Well, actually, not even climb. I'll fly up. I'll fly up to the next ledge. Like, yeah. Like, see that little point right? I can't actually put myself there, but you can see where my
Sure.
arrow is. Yeah, there. And that way, I'll stay hidden. I'll stay.
Man, I can't even move you. What is this magic?
Mm.
I'm just gonna refresh my thing. Yes, you want to sort of stay hidden. So you're still sort of 10 feet below the upper level.
That's correct.
But you're able to sort of flap a little bit to almost get a standing jump up onto the next level. So you're sort of below the higher tier, and you're also kind of below where the bridge is. Over to your right, you can see a small set of stairs leading up to that higher tier. And beyond the bridge, you can also see a beaked, feathered creature. And it softly goes, ooh.
It's Paulfred. What I'm gonna do, I just thought it was my last little thing before we go to the next one. I'm going to. I remember the boom tree only had one more shot in the cartridge, and I found another one. So what I'll actually take out that cartridge that only has the one in there, and I'll put that aside so that way I can get it remade for later. But I'm going to reload the other the new cartridge in.
Okay, cool. So you've got one shot in there. Is that right?
Yeah, there's one shot in the cartridge that was in there because I used the previous shots.
Yeah.
And then so I'm gonna reload the full cartridge that we found as well.
Okay.
While just kind of like up against like the wall, hidden, kind of just like looking around the corner. I'm just gonna like reload the cartridge.
Very quietly, you hear the you're trying to muffle the click of the cylinder as you're sliding.
Yeah, correct. And then I'll just pocket. I'll write it down in my notes, but I'll just pocket that because I want to obviously find someone to make more ammo, but I know we might need it.
Sure. Cool. So you get up there at the top, Sorn. You hear the crunch of boots above you on that ledge, and you start hearing Sorn. Oh, damn it! It's time for sure. You can't hide behind you, creepy crawly. You stop crawling about the ceiling. I'm gonna eat ya.
Spectators are dumb as fuck.
Beyond that, though, you do hear the soft crunch of sort of leather-soled boots on the stone floor above you. And then a figure, or you see what appears to be a couple of the stones of where you'd like broken off the ledge get kicked off the edge there. But when you look up, like, even though you're kind of tucked in, you're kind of looking up to see if anyone's looking over, you don't see anything.
Sorn in his like infinite wisdom is trying to stop himself from just loosing a firebolt at that space. I'm gonna quietly make my way back over to just below Pauly.
Okay.
And then just try to sing out like a little quietly, like, Pauly, Pauly, lower a rope. Help me up.
How far is the distance from that?
10 feet.
Oh, okay. Fucking, I'll like it. Actually, yeah, if I hear him, I'll probably just like put my hand down. I'll fucking go climb him up. It's 10 feet.
All right. Someone give me an athletics check with advantage.
Would I be able to make that acrobatics? Like, I'll take a couple of steps and jump and try to like flick myself to grab the hand.
No, because it's a strength ability to.
Damn it.
Yeah. Pauly, you give me Pauly, give me an athletics check first, actually,
Sure.
because we know Pauly's great at athletics.
16.
That's pretty good. All right. Yep. Sawn, make it with advantage.
15.
Boom.
Yeah, we like that. You're able, with Pauly's help, he's able to kind of pull you up quietly next to him. Winfred, you see this happen. You actually don't see Pauly until like Sawn is sort of being pulled. You just see the colorful arm come out from the shadows above and almost pull Sawn up as if like a magic rope trick into the darkness.
Would I be able to like fix a rope somewhere here to something and just leave it over the edge in case Winfred wanted to climb up?
Sure, yeah, there's probably like a stalagmite or something you could kind of tie off around.
Yeah.
Winfred's a big boy. You sure a rope is going to do the trick?
Hey,
How tall are you again?
Like 8 or 9 foot tall.
you could just reach up and pull yourself up. I'm gonna like someone not thinking like he's gonna tie off this rope, and it's like it's a fine crafted dark elven rope that is had from somewhere because he's a drow. So
spider silk rope,
yeah, it's a very strong spider silk rope that's just hanging down, and if it breaks, it breaks. It is what it is. Someone's got some spider silk robes that he could fashion into a rope later if he needed to. So he's just gonna leave that there, hanging down for Winfred.
What is Winfred doing?
Winfred's typing a message. Winfred is I'm not sure about this path up the cliff.
Winfred's on Bumble trying to get that honey.
Winfred's not too sure about this cliff here. He's sort of looking at it and he's like, I don't know. So he's going to take the bear and he's going to go around the other side. So he's going to go around like, well, what the fuck? Get out of it, you fuck.
Down there.
Down there. That's the one.
Yeah.
I was just trying to draw an arrow, but like I didn't want to play ball.
Sure.
So I'm gonna make my way around this cliff here.
So Winfred looks up at you two
and
forlornly,
sort of, like make my way around here somewhere,
and then starts making his way along the ground level.
I would just pull the rope back up and just
yeah. I'm just gonna take one look at Sawn and one look at this puny rope, and I'm just gonna be like.
And the very narrow.
I'm gonna take the stairs.
And the very narrow ledge they're standing on. All right, Pauly, you hear like a sort of a
Right.
as sort of a sniffling and snuffling, the owl bear starts making its way through towards you.
Give me a second.
Would I also, as while this is happening, be able to take a swig of a potion?
Oh, yeah.
So no one in the party knows like what potion I've had, but
Okay.
for like,
if you just want to, if you just want to message me about it, we can
yeah,
do this
that
later.
works. That works. I'll send it to you in on Facebook.
Sure.
I actually might try and throw some ball bearings. How narrow is that little passageway?
It's pretty narrow. The owlbear's kind of squeezing through because it's like smelling and snuffling around towards you. But it does have to squeeze a little bit to get through.
Right.
And whilst this is happening, you see, well, you don't hear anymore. You can still see the obelisk because it's 50 feet tall, but you can no longer see the figures on top of this area. but you hear, or you see like another flash of light illuminate the whole room, and then you hear sort of a squealing and giggling from above.
I might actually just kind of like jump up and then try and like poke my head just above the surface so I can see what's happening.
Yep.
But he's looking this way because his eyes are on the side of his head.
Excuse me, the periphery goes from like here, mate, to around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the beak comes up, but then like the head has to turn sideways to be able to look. Then he quickly sharpens his beak on the edge of the cliff and goes back.
You get a
down.
really nice side profile of Pauly.
Tiny brain, big eyes, mate. That's how it works. Okay.
Yeah. And so you're trying to get a look up at these figures, is that right?
Yep.
Give me a perception check.
Sure. At 11.
Yeah, you kind of get up there. It's a bit hard to see. You can definitely see what appears to be sort of a robed Duragar, with a big white beard, the grey skin, and next to him is a small Darrow woman in kind of like rags, and at her feet appears to be some kind of perhaps like a notebook of some kind. And as you're looking up there, you know, the light starts fading away, and you see one of the big cracks in the obelisk start sort of like mending itself, and going back to perfectly smooth, that sort of smooth black charcoal metal.
How close are they to me?
Like 10 feet away.
How close is that notebook?
What's at her feet? So I mean, it's 10 feet up, 10 feet across.
Should I do it?
Son has no idea. Son can't help you.
Yeah,
can't give you anything.
That's what Pauly's saying in his head.
Willie here, Willie don't care.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. For the lack of a better plan, I'm gonna try and nick the notebook.
And Son's just psyching himself up to confuse the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah.
And Winfred, you're still making your way around, the bear kind of moving with you. Now, are you moving quietly at all, or are you just kind of just plodding along?
I'm sort of just walking through a cave, my dude.
Yeah.
I'm sort of just like making my way downtown with a pet bear.
Yeah.
With a giant fucking lit torch in my hand. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but like I've been illuminating the entire cave this whole time.
Yeah. This creature with 4 eye stalks and a green head swoops down at you. You and the other bear, and says, "Bears, have you seen the Sorn? We have to find the Sorn. We have to eat him. Wait, you bears are meant to be in position. You're not.
Oh no.
Where's your masters?"
I am going to use that bolster magic on myself, scream, and hit it with my hammer. Like swat it out of the air. Like
I will allow that. Give me a bolster magic. What is your bolster magic doing for you?
Bolster magic just basically gives me an extra D3 on my ability rolls. So my attack rolls and my ability rolls get an extra D3.
Cool.
Or I can gain an expended spell slot, but I don't use spell slots, so
yeah, because only weirdos use spell slots.
Yeah, the
weirdos. Yeah, spell slots
can do some weird
weirdo.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm also gonna smack him.
Sure.
With my hammer.
Give me effectively a surprise attack here.
Surprise attack. How do I roll for a surprise attack?
Well, just give me an attack with advantage, and you just get a single attack, and then we're all going to roll initiative.
I really wanted to try and nick the notebook first.
You still have
time.
So I got a dirty 20.
And that's 12 bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
Cool. You smack. Sorry.
Yeah, I'd roll the extra D3, but I get it anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Just don't roll initiative yet, because I haven't added you all to the combat.
Okay.
Now Pauly's gonna get like a fucking 9.
Right. That's what you get for jumping the gun.
He said to roll, so I rolled it.
That's true. He's just being he's trying to be the good boy in the classroom.
Absolutely.
All right, now you can roll your initiative.
Ah, that's better.
It didn't update.
It's 20. That one was 20 though.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll give you initiative value 20. Winfred?
Alright, rolling initiative. Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Bolstered
Yeah,
by that
baby.
magic, baby.
Yep.
In fact, that's... Do you get to add your D3 to that as well?
No, it's ability rolls. So,
Initiative.
give me a moment. I'll just quick read through it. Roll a D. For 10 minutes, a creature can roll a D3 whenever making an attack roll or ability check, and the number rolled, add it to the D20 roll.
Well, no, initiative is an ability check.
No, initiative isn't an ability check.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it might have been. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That means Sorn goes first. Sorn, what are you doing?
Do I hear the hammer?
Oh yeah,
Whacking this guy? Okay.
you
cool.
hear
So
you
I-
hear Winfred, give me the yelp that you would have had.
Do I have to do it again?
Mhm.
So basically, the spectator got about halfway through its sentence that Dan was saying before, and then Winfred turns around and goes, smacks the spectator out of the air. It gets a fucking dirty 20, I think it was.
Yeah. So Sorn, that's what you hear. You hear and then thonk.
So I would be able to safely. I'd be able to assume that everyone else heard that too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to
and
see how far I can go.
but no sort of louder alarm has been raised yet. You're obviously like quick off the mark in terms of hearing this and reacting. So
All right. I am just going to just hood off, like not trying to be stealthy anymore. I heard the whack, and I'm like, all right, we're kicking off. I'm just gonna run straight past Pauly and like straight to the base of the thing that has the egg on it. Or like, I think is it another 10 feet up from where I am?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the
couldn't
base of
even-
the egg.
You couldn't even see it.
No, like from where we were, we would have had an angle enough. Like I know there's a red glow up there.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you
and I
definitely-
know
you
we're
definitely
going
see the
for
red
a,
glow.
I know we're going for a red dragon egg.
Yep.
So Sorn in his mind is like, the egg's up there. So he's going to run up. Oh, actually. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna run up and 30 feet. How far is that from there to there? Ooh. So which one was the one that was doing all the weird shit and the laughing?
The Darrow, this one.
The savant. All right. So, and what is the range on this? Okay. So Sorn is going to run to the top of the stairs and let out a 3rd level witch bolt at the Darrow. Bruh. And I'm going to spend a
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, no. I can reroll that. So I'm going to
That's good damage.
spend. Yeah, I'm going to spend it to reroll just the attack
Yep.
on that.
One of those Sork points.
Bruh. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay.
Just barely. Hits the Darrow, kind of turns around, and sort of holds up her arms. The ragged cloak flowing, and the witch bolt just sort of hits her dead on, but it just kind of like dissipates around her. It's just slightly too weak, even with the juice you add.
And
to it.
then one other thing, Sorn looks a little bit like it's like, oh man, that didn't go well. And you're just gonna see like a burst of fire fly across the room as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a dexterity save of DC 13.
For both of them, or is it a line? Is it a cone? What's the range?
After his bonus action.
It's a breath spell, so I'd imagine it would be a cone.
Yeah, it just says it says a target though, so I don't know if
okay.
it's both. Target must make a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw, making fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So
Okay, so it just says a target. So it sounds like you're yoga
I'm assuming
firing
it's just
a
one.
single fireball kind of thing.
Like a motive fire, just like spitting it at them.
Dex
yeah, I get you.
saving throw. Does a 11 beat your DC?
No, it's
No.
a DC 13.
So she takes 12 fire damage.
Yep, 12 points of fire damage. And then Sorn will take a step back as well, because I still have 5 feet of movement.
Yep.
Like, just to there.
So she blocks the witch bolt and kind of giggles and cackles in glee, and then you just spit this sort of flaming lemon seed at her, and just part of her hair goes up in flames and her rags are in flames, just kind of beating off the flames.
Sorn will also exclaim loudly, "I am the champion of Ember Chode. Give me the egg!" Like, he's just being as loud as possible now.
Yeah. She drops.
Wait, can you please say I am Sorn, though?
No, Sorn will not do that because he saw you talking and he doesn't trust a word out of Pauly's mouth. Like, Sorn ain't that dumb.
You hit the lady. You hear and see the clattering of metal as she appears to sort of drop small hunks of metal that she was holding, as you've sort of caught her on fire. All right. You're feeling all hunky dory, Sorn. You feeling like a champ?
Yeah, buddy.
And then all of a sudden, you feel, or like you're sort of, you're holding your handful like, I am the champion of Ember Chode, and then the light in the room seems to change. You've got red on one side, and then all of a sudden, like, your left side is illuminated by purple.
Oh, no.
As a soul blade that you are nice and familiar with now comes at you. Despite the catching you off guard, as the Duragar becomes visible again, you are able to kind of jump out of the way as an 11 doesn't hit your AC. You just see the light just in time and are able to kind of sidestep the blow.
I just look at him. I'm like, champion.
Winfred, the spectator, sort of, you've hit it, and it you start hearing it in your mind go like, maybe this is the Sorn crawling about on the roof, and it sort of turns around upside down, and it's like, the Sorn is here, raise the alarm, and like all of you hear in your mind this kind of whoop, 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 as the sound kind of goes crazy.
I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around to the cave bear and say, "Did he just call me Sorn?" Roll with it, and just I'm going to keep trying to attack him.
Oh, well, it's not your turn. It's still his turn. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
One of the
obviously on my turn.
Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to get some battle music going. One of the eye stalks turns to you, and a beam comes out at you. I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Saving throws. What's going on with this new character sheet? Why can't
I like the music, by the way.
Thank you.
I can't roll saving throws. What the fuck?
If you just click Constitution, does it come up and say ability check / saving throw?
There we go. 6.
Okay. You are paralyzed
Oh, well, that sucks.
for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. That really sucks. I don't suppose being paralyzed will set off a wild magic surge, would it?
Not yet.
Okay.
So one of the eye stalks turns to you and puts its gaze upon you, and all of a sudden your entire body locks up, and you just teeter over. In fact, can you flip a coin for me? Can you give me a roll 1d2?
Roll 1d2. What was it? Slash roll 1d2. That's a 1.
You fall off the edge of the mesa into the deeper pit.
Yeah.
And land on the ground.
That sucks.
You should. No.
I guess I'm sitting this fight out.
At the end of each of your turns, so it's
We don't even
your
know where
turn
you
now.
are.
You hear over the voice of the whoop, 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 burp, 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 burp. You hear the I found the Sorn! I'm gonna eat the Sorn! As as the spectator sort of floats around there. Winfred, you are paralyzed for your turn, but at the end of each of your turns, you get to make a saving throw.
Okay,
Another
cool.
Con save, please.
Okay. It's my turn now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to make another con save, and hopefully it's a little better than before.
Whoa,
How's it
way better.
23?
That's much better. You are no longer paralyzed, but
job.
it is the end of your turn. I will let you, though, give a command to the bear if you would like.
I'm going to turn around and be like, Chewie, sick him!
Alright, Cave Bear's going to run forward. In fact, I'm going to give you... Okay. So you're calling the Cave Bear Chewy, is that right?
Yes. I'm just gonna retcon this and say that I gave him like one of my javelins to carry like a dog with a stick, and he's just been chewing on it. So I'm gonna call him Chewy from now on.
Perfect. You should now have control of Chewy's character sheet if you double click him.
Cool. I have a pet bear. Just so everybody's aware, Chewy has an intelligence of 2.
So he's
I
actually
love
got a
this.
higher intelligence than Winfred. It's crazy.
He's smarter than the average bear. Chewie's been taken off the initiative thing too, by the way.
He goes on Winfred's turn.
Ah, okay, right.
I'm gonna multi-attack this spectator.
You can't
Yeah, I can. One of my actions is multi-attack.
end
One
your
of
turn.
Chewy's actions is multi-attack.
One of Chewy's actions is
okay.
multi-attack.
I thought you meant you.
No. I don't mean me.
Okay.
I mean him. So I'm gonna do.
The
I'll
other
do one of these.
900-pound bear in the room.
Yes. It's just hard to tell them apart.
How do I
Roll
roll
his
for this?
bite and roll his claws.
I roll his bite and his claws. Okay, cool. So the first one's a 21
That'll hit.
for 11 piercing damage, and then whilst I've got Chewy's got his teeth in there, he's also going to get his claws, and he's going to sort of like try and like rip it off.
Yeah.
So doesn't quite rip it off, I imagine.
No, he goes for one of the eye stalks, the one that kind of lasered you, but he's not able to sort of pull it off. It's too slimy and weird. And kinda
Yeah,
gets out
but
of his
he's
grip.
still bit it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. All right, that's cool. That's me done then.
You hear actually Winfred and Chewy. Well, Winfred, you hear a command in your mind that is you stupid bear. We have an intruder sent from the Dragon Lord. Kill it, or or your pups are next. And you hear, ooh, and the owlbear kind of squeezes its way through, and it's trying to make its way over to where you are, Sorn, but can't quite.
Oh,
get there.
God.
Pauly.
Perfect. So I'm probably still just this whole time. I'm just like, shit. I'm still going to go ahead with my plan and try and just nap the notebook. But with battle being taken ahead, to grab that notebook, it's still on the floor, just being left alone, essentially. What are those two doing?
Yeah, so they've turned around to look at Sorn. Sorn's made quite the attention-grabbing entrance.
Sure.
On the floor next to her is the notebook, and sort of next to that is a stick of charcoal. And then when she was hit with the fire, she seemed to drop these small sort of lumps of metal, these almost like splinters of metal.
Sure.
Does that look similar to the other black metal that we had?
Well, you wouldn't know. Okay.
I'm the one that lit her on fire.
No, I understand that, but yeah, I'm just.
I think Pauly
okay.
found that metal. Did
I didn't. I've
Sorn
got
see
yeah.
the metal?
Yeah, no, I think I gave it to Pauly.
Yeah, I've got
I gave it to Winfred. Sorry, I gave it to Sorn.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
it.
so Sorn has it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, the metal looks similar.
Okay.
I'm gonna just fucking jump up. Like the sneaky part is done. I'm gonna like Pirates of Penzance this shit and just go ha ha, and then pop out and then just start slashing.
So
And
start
hop up.
slashing.
Yeah,
You
correct.
guys attacking the owlbear?
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
I might have to delete the owlbear.
Mm.
You shouldn't have gone the other way, mate.
No, I know.
A lot of
I
things.
realised there was
A lot of
fucking
things.
owlbear up
A lot
there.
of things can get deleted before you get around.
And then we can just play it off like they did it.
There's a 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Cool.
Because
Only
you
gonna
were
be-
stealthed, I will give you advantage though, if you would like to fish for the crit.
Sure. Well, that'd just be sneak attack damage. Realistic. I'm not stressed about that. You know, if it's like me popping up, let's just say it's a sneak. It's actually me sneak attacking, not just using
For the
my
first time.
swashbuckler. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And then so that'd be 19 damage.
All right. So yeah, she was not paying attention to you, and you kind of pop up with Talon, hit her in the back of the ribs. She drops more of the sort of shards of metal, and she screams and howls, and then starts laughing maniacally, and then goes back to screaming.
Right. I'm just gonna snatch the notebook up and just hold on to it and then fucking run.
Okay.
Well,
I'll let
fly.
that be your
Yeah.
bonus action to grab that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's
Sure.
why I didn't attack the second time. I thought it'd be fair if it was like a bonus action.
Sure.
And I'm gonna fly right over to fucking baby dragon boy.
Okay, she's gonna get.
It was 10 feet up.
Oh, no, she doesn't get an attack of opportunity because
She doesn't get it because I attacked her.
Cool.
And I'm gonna roost on top of the egg.
You just pop a squat.
I'm imprinting, mate. I'm imprinting.
Is the egg hot?
It's warm. Yeah, it's real
Okay,
warm.
I was going to say, is Pauly going to burn his cloaca by sitting on this egg?
You know what? You know what? Parenting isn't always fucking
It's
just easy
pain.
street, mate. There's pain when it comes to parenting. Sometimes a cloaca gets burnt when you're a parent.
So it's warm, but it's warm. Actually, give me an animal handling check, Pauly.
Sure.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's something instinctual. It's warm. It's not hot, and you think it's slowly losing temperature, and
Shit.
instinctively you think that's bad.
Yeah. Can I just just tighten, like I'm certain like they communicate, so I just tighten my cloaca a bit, sending like messages of it's okay now, we've got you.
Just Morse code with your asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking to
Correct.
your butts.
Correct. How else do you think birds talk to their babies?
Better be tight, I meant Kegels, mate.
How big is this egg? Are we talking to?
It's probably as big as it's bigger than a watermelon. Like it's unwieldy. It's big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I make a papoose with my as a free action?
No, not as a free action. I think
Okay,
that's,
right.
I'm trying to think what is a real life equivalent of this egg size. Probably like maybe like a tire.
A tire? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
like a goblin,
Yeah.
like a child, like a small
Yep.
child. Yeah.
Well then, just to end my turn, every good pirate has like a sash belt, so I'll start taking off my sash belt. As I'm roosting on the dragon egg.
Okay.
Back in a second again.
Whilst the sound of alarms going off in everyone's brain, from there is a you hear the sound of footsteps. Oh, I grabbed 2 there. That's the wrong thing. Hit back. The sound of footsteps from the tunnel beyond. And Sorn, from your vantage point, and Pauly, from your vantage point, up nice and high, you see something appear in the room, being ridden by a Duragar. This thing looks kind of like a panther, but it's got sort of 4 sets of forelegs, 2 back legs, and then it's got sort of almost like 2 tails. One regular tail, and then another one coming out of its like neck, with 2 almost like mandibles. If you remember the fell hunters from WoW.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Let me see if I can.
I think I know what this is.
Sounds like a chimera.
It sounds like a displacer beast.
Yeah, Sorn, you maybe have seen something like this before, whereas it's probably completely out of the realm for Winfred. I don't know what happened, but I can't just like show you the image anymore like I used to could. So upsetting. Oh well. You'll just have to trust me that I have described it accurately.
If it's what I think it is, then you've definitely described it accurately.
Yeah. And riding on its back is a Duragar.
Yeah. Oh no.
Alright, what is this thing?
Something terrifying that you would not recognize.
It's kind of like a panther.
That thing's sick!
And it just bamfed into existence with a Duragar riding on its back.
Cool.
The Darrow servant who you stabbed Pauly turns to you, laughing all the while. She is going to... she points to you and Sorn between you two, and she seems to be going like...
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let me just flip a coin. Sorn, a bolt of lightning shoots out of her, forming a massive line and cracking into you. I need you to make a DC. I need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
21.
Ooh.
All right. Well, lucky you saved because you were going to take 25 lightning damage, but now you're going to take half.
All right, so would that be 12?
Yeah.
This bitch needs to go.
That's a big hit.
Is that this one over here? Is that who's doing it?
No, that's a wolf.
That's a wolf. Okay, never mind.
He's just barking loudly in the corner.
Right now you have your own fun, I think.
The animal kingdom's going at it.
The guy riding the Displacer Beast has a big crossbow he unslings from like a saddle thing, aims up at you, Pauly, and fires.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
No, so it goes careening off, and there's sort of a crack in the darkness. As he sees you and you see him, you lock eyes. Winfred, you hear a ooh, and the wolf starts kind of coming over to kind of see what's what. It sees the bear and starts growling, and is going to attack the bear. And it has
I
advantage.
suppose wolves can understand Ursine.
No, they understand lupine. Sorry. The bear takes 5 piercing damage.
Oh
no! From behind the obelisk, Pauly, you see a onyx figure slink out. And start running towards you.
What is it?
And it leaps, it pounces, and like tries to take you off the egg.
But I like how I'm glowing. I look so cool.
Yeah.
The glowing natural complexion.
23 to hit. So you're going to take 6 slashing damage as it pounces at you and bears you to the ground on the other side. Of
Alright,
this.
I'll uncanny dodge that too.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Strength? Ugh. Is that roll? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a great roll.
So you are knocked prone, and then you get a face full of panther, and it bites you. But it attempts to bite you, but you're able to get Talon up just in time to kind of hold off its massively fanged mouth.
Okay.
And you hear the sort of a voice in all your heads, saying, You've come to the wrong place. We are the Ghost Bloods. These tunnels obey our will. Submit and be our slaves, and we may sell you to a nice owner.
Underneath the panther, I'm going, nah, fuck that! You're going down, prick!
And he says, very well. Beasts, slaves, things, tools, kill them all. Sorn.
Is there any way for me to get up to the egg?
You can climb.
Gonna get some fucking attack of opportunities, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Better just fight for now.
This says you with one target focusing you.
It's very true. Very true.
I'll get fucking deleted. You know what? I'm gonna... Sorn's just gonna look at Pauly and just yell. I have a plan. Trust me on this. And, what is it? How far is the range on this? I don't want to hurt the egg. I won't hurt the egg. Okay, cool. Sorn's going to Thunder Step. Up. That's a...
Does that hit me too?
I'll use a point to make sure that he passes that save.
Thank fucking God.
So they all need to make con
15.
saving throws? Yeah.
Yeah, 15. And I'm going to appear up, like, next to the egg as well. So that's 29 damage. If they pass, I think it's halved.
That's some crazy damage, man. Holy fuck. He hit 9, 10, 10.
Yeah, it's a teleport as well. Yeah, this is why spell slots being weird.
Understep's
it can get
sick.
Weird.
So the owlbear seems to be made of stronger stuff. The soul blade Duragar though is not, and you see him just thrown across the room by the sound wave, where he just smacks into the far wall and then crumples to the ground. The same with the panther, is just blown over you, Pauly, as you're kind of fighting it off. It's just all of a sudden not there anymore, and your eardrums pop as the panther disappears.
Fucking Jesus.
So the egg, you said it's about the size of a tire?
Yeah.
How much does it weigh? Like someone like shifts it a little bit to try and
you're
gauge
trying to
it.
give it a shift. It's probably heavy like a maybe not like a full tire, but there's definitely something in there, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a couple of bowling balls at least, for sure.
Okay.
It's like you would have to hand your hands free, both hand this thing, and it's yeah, I'm just because I've been playing around with it a lot. 400 ounces. I don't even know what that is. 20 kilos.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
So it's doable, right? I don't know how fragile Sawn's little bird bone arms are. Maybe not as bird bony as Pauly's.
11 kilos, so probably more than that.
Yeah. I'm going to say 15 to 20 kilos on a heft.
Okay.
So it's a solid plate.
All right. And the other thing, Sawn, now that he's up here as well, I just need to see how far away I am from. Yep, cool. He's gonna let go another breath attack at the same one.
Okay. Yeah, dex save is it?
Yep, it's a 13, I think it was again.
14.
DC 13, dexterity save.
She erupts in flames and burns to a crisp and dies.
Okay.
Fuck that bitch.
And then I'm just gonna quickly yell to Pauly, keep me safe. I have a plan. And yeah, that's it.
All right. I'm gonna like continue doing my little thing, so I'm just gonna like grab the sheath out and then go, all right, put the sheath back in.
As we cut back to the other side of the room where Winfred is the spectator, turns one of its eyes, shoots up to 2, turns one of its eyes to the bear, and the bear's gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw, please, Winfred.
The bear is?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm just sorting out what I was going to do on my turn. Is the saving 3, yeah?
Yep.
It's a natural 1.
Okay, yeah. The bear's gonna take 16 necrotic damage.
Fuck.
And then one of the other eye stalks turns to you down there at the bottom of the cliff. You're sort of starting to get up on your feet. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Double fuck.
You are frightened of the spectator for 1 minute.
Okay.
Which means...
Do I have to run away from the spectator?
Frightened for 1 minute. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I believe frightened means you run away. And
you can't willingly move closer.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk away, but you can't willingly move closer. And you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you can see the thing. And you'll get to make a saving throw again at the end of each of your turns for 1 minute.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Winfred, it's your turn.
Okay. So, I am going to pull out an item that I got earlier in the campaign. It's called the Chronologer. While attuned to this device, you have a -1 to intelligence saving throws. The first time you attune the Chronologer, you may choose one language you don't know, and should secretly know that language whilst you attune to the device. Now, at the start of your turn, roll a d6, no action required. On a between 1 and 3, you slow down time, gaining an additional action, and doubling your speed until the end of the turn. On a 4 to 6, You go forward in time to warn yourself of what is to come. The next time you fail a saving throw, attack roll, or ability check, you can re-roll the check and take either result.
Cool.
Once you use this feature of the chronolometer, it cannot be used again until the next dawn. What's this? Oh, popcorn. Thanks, Peppy.
Yay!
Oh, popcorn.
Thanks, popcorn.
So I'm going to roll
A d6 for the
chronolometer.
Brilliant. Cool. What does a 2 do?
That's a 2. So I slow down time.
All right.
So at the start of your turn, so yeah, I've got double speed basically. Now I'm not going to move toward the. I'm sort of like crossing paths with it, sort of thing. Because I heard the thunder from the other side of the hill.
Yep.
And I recognize that as Sawn's Thunderstep, and I can imagine that he's only doing Thunderstep if he's in trouble.
Yep.
So Winfred sort of turns around and audibly says, "I would like to rage!" And then I want to jump from where I'm at to as high as I can get to in a single bound. Now, when I'm going up these cliffs, what does it do to my my walking speed? So is it like each time I go up a cliff face, is it like 10 feet or something like that, or? Because I want to get to about like here or here. And I'm sort of wondering if I can do it in one leap or if I have to do 2 leaps.
So climbing speed is sort of like difficult terrain in terms of if you're going to climb up a thing, it'd be half your speed. Your sort of speed is half of that duration. So climbing up 10 feet will cost you 20.
Okay.
It may be different with jumping. I'm not sure. Jump calculator.
I just wanted to do something cool, so if I've got to climb up it and use the climbing speed rules, then I'm happy to do that, but I want to jump.
Yeah. What is, though... Let's have a look at 18. I mean, yeah, we can do it anyway in the...
I have a +7 to athletics if that makes a difference.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. So according to your strength score, your high jump is 7 feet off the ground. But you can't willingly move closer towards the spectator, and it is hovering on the ground in front of that bear, so you will have to skirt around it.
So over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. Just like jump to the nearest high ground sort of thing.
Yeah. I'll allow that, because your speed is doubled, right? So you're on, what, 60, 70?
80.
Oh, yeah. So you leap away from this creature, keeping your distance, and then leap up again to the sort of higher level. And you're sort of half hooked onto the top of this this mesa, if you want to be.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll for my rage. What have I got? Space. I can teleport.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to teleport just behind this guy here.
I'd say go save this Owlkin before I start fucking murdering, mate.
Yeah, I've already heard it a fair bit.
Yeah, look, honestly, I'm just doing what I can at the moment, and 30 feet, I don't think 30 feet will quite get me there.
Yeah.
So 30 feet only gets me to that bridge there. So
Yeah,
I'm going to teleport just behind this guy here.
As you disappear into the astral plane and sort of are pulled through dimensions, you can still see this obelisk in front of you, but instead of being black metal, it's sort of lit up as like a column of light, lancing magic up into the sky that is no longer there, and it even sort of unsettles you. You sort of have to kind of avoid around it, even though usually you would just pass through things as they're not there. This rocks you with a bunch of turbulence. You land on the other side. However, I'm going to get you to make a D20 roll, please.
D20. 5.
And now roll a D100.
D100. 31. I think I know what 31 does.
As you come out of the interesting. As you come out of the, you sort of pass through part of the obelisk to land behind this this Duragar Soul Blade, or the Ghost Blade. You're sort of the wall of the astral obelisk is almost like a membrane. You end up having to push through, and you actually have to like claw through it and come out the other side. Like time has stopped for this movement in the real world, and you claw your way out. And you leave sort of a gaping hole in reality behind you. Just as it starts to close, a figure pokes its head out and sort of Animaniac style, like pulls itself through just as the portal behind you closes. Give me a charisma saving throw, please.
One charisma saving throw. I'm a bit.
Actually,
taken aback by this.
yeah, sorry.
7.
This creature that flaps down next to you is sort of has these red wings and a spiky tail and kind of horns, and it looks at you and swears at you in Abyssal.
Oh, your mother!
He's just like, I am free.
Is it?
It's tiny.
Holy
though.
shit! It's an imp.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, aren't you a little short to be a demon? And I'm going to sort of like brush him off a little bit, and I'm going to attack this guy here.
Sure.
I imagine that like me appearing behind him is kind of didn't really make a sound.
Yeah. Sure.
Because I don't want to. I just want to crack him over the head with a warhammer. So like.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm done. I'm gonna do that. Will a 21 hit him?
Certainly will.
Sweet. I would add my bolster magic onto the top of that, but I don't think it's going to make a difference. He gets a little zapped by my bolster magic or something like that. I'm going to hit him for 9 damage. So if I hit him over the back of the head with this thing, is that going to like?
Well, as you
knock
appear, I mean, you don't really make a noise, or I guess the imp kind of makes a bit of a noise. But he turns slightly, but you give him a good solid crack on the back of the head. But I mean, you haven't knocked him out by any means. This guy's made of sturdy stuff. He also
That's cool. I'm gonna hit him again.
Yeah.
I had an idea, but if it didn't work out, that's fine. I'm still gonna hit him. Does a 16 hit?
Certainly will.
Fantastic. Hit him for another 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit bloody. He's not looking great.
And I'm pretty sure that Chronologer, slow down time, gaining an additional action on your turn, and doubling your speed until the end of your turn. So I actually get another action.
Cool.
So I'm going to use that action to attack him again.
Sure.
I'm pretty much just going to like realize that time has slowed down. And I didn't really realize until I got here. And I was like...
He's moving very slowly to turn around and look at you as you crack him twice.
I'm just going to get him to turn around just enough so I can be like, hi! Bang! And then hit him with the hammer again. I'm just going to roll both of my hits. Yep. So the first one's a 23.
Yep, they both hit. So
fantastic. So 12, it's 19 damage.
How do you want to do this?
I'm like, I mean, I guess I guess everything's happening a little bit fast. So for him in slow motion, I'm sort of just going to appear behind him, smack him twice, realize I'm still like in sort of slowed time. He's sort of turning around a little bit. He turns around to look at me, and then I'll be like, smack him again. And I'm imagining what's going to end up happening is at the end of my turn, time is going to like go back to normal, and so he's just gonna have this like doo-doo-doo-doo, and then flies off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
the freeze mechanic in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, all the momentum is still in him. He started moving slightly once you'd hit him 4 times, and then as soon as the chronolometer ends, he just shoots out across the chasm and kind of lands on the ground.
Yeah. That's the end of my turn. It's the end of my turn.
All right. The owl bear.
Oh, hang on. No, it's not the end of my turn. Sorry, Dan. I got to do Chewie's attack as well.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that that's a thing that I can do. And he needs to defend himself because he's not looking very good at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't actually see his tile. Oh, no, yes I can. So I'm going to hit the spectator. I'm just gonna do the whole like fang and claw thing.
Sure.
So I'm gonna roll for his bite. That is 17.
17 will hit. 7 damage.
Yep, 7 piercing damage, and then claws. That'll hit for a 19 to hit. For 10 slashing damage.
Yeah. So as the spectators kind of like look down at you, hit you with the fear ray. Yeah, there's a wound that's opened up on Chewie. That's kind of like opened up, and even already some of the skin has sort of started to die and burn away, leaving some of the fur kind of white. And then Chewie kind of claws at this thing, rips it to the ground, and just sort of tears it in half. 2 of the eye stalks going in one direction, the rest of the head kind of falling onto the ground. Yeah.
Is the spectator dead?
Yes.
Fantastic. I would like to use my movement to sort of like barge past this wolf, and I sort of want to make his way like up those stairs there. Okay. So like, I'll start to at the very least.
We'll get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, the wolf's gonna try and
just get it at the other side of it, man.
Heels.
Just get it at the other side of it. Just get it standing the other side of it for now. That way it's moved a little bit, but it doesn't move the whole way.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Is like I want to try and like get him sort of like here-ish.
Oh, okay.
And sort of like barge past the wolf sort of thing.
Sure.
Because I can't attack him, so I'm just going to use my movement to sort of like move him a little bit.
Yeah. So the bear, with its bulk, with its strength, kind of shoves the wolf out of the way to kind of chase after where you went, but doesn't sort of leave itself open to any kind of attacks.
Okay.
Speaking of attacks, though, the owl bear moves its way up to you, Pauly. And you are prone, so it has advantage.
I know.
So it tries to tear into you with its claws.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 16 slashing damage.
Yep, uncanny dodge that.
Sure. And then it rips into you with its beak.
Ow.
For 6 piercing damage.
That's okay. Ow, that really hurt.
And
my
like
bird
you see as
bones.
it's tearing at you, you hear woo. It's your turn.
All right, I'm just gonna do I want to kill this owl bear? I think because of like, spending time with the bears that night and that kind of thing. And I also always have had an affinity for owl bears because it's basically just, me in Winfred form. I'm gonna poke at it, but I'm not really gonna hurt it. I'm gonna like bonus action, like push it, like scrape it with my actual talons, my feet.
Mm-hmm. You're just trying to fight it off a little bit.
Yeah. 11.
Does not cut through its thick hide.
I guess that'd be like while I'm on the ground, you know what I mean? So like, I'm like scratching off it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
trying to fight it off. It's trying to claw at you. You're trying to just make it difficult for this thing, but and you're the size of a maybe a possum to this thing, and it's got that big beak. Its big eyes kind of looking at you, unblinking.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna like try and like shoot, like get up and shoot away.
Cool. So it's half your movement to stand up.
Yep.
And then you can.
I'll just get up to the other side of here.
Cool.
And then I'm going to fire the Boom Cree with my main action at the Displacer Beast. $21.
Yep, absolutely. So,
Boom.
Oh, very good.
now you don't get sneak attack damage.
No, because it's next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jason. But you definitely do the 14 damage to this one, and then I believe it's roll a d6 for me for sort of AoE damage for the rider. He's not going to be able to dodge out of the way because he's
5.
He's in the saddle.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so you shoot at the displacer beast. There's a huge rapport, and that's your last cartridge, I believe.
No. So remember how I said, yeah, like I remember there was 3 shots per cartridge, wasn't it?
6.
I said there's
6 shots per
six
shots
in
per
the chamber, and each bullet is a cartridge.
Oh,
So I thought
okay.
you kept one bullet out, and then you had one in there.
I thought it was a whole other thing, so I've got one more bullet left, but that was my only shot. Correct.
You kept one so that you could try and reverse engineer it.
That's it. Correct. Yeah. Correct. Sorry, I thought when you meant cartridge, it was actually like a full cartridge.
My bad. No, I mean like casing with bullet in it with.
Okay, I understand. Sorry. Yep. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because clips are what civvies use in their hair. That would have been a magazine if I was referring to that.
Yes, very good point.
Okay, Bangalore.
Cool. All right. The displacer beast is hit. It's not happy. Anything else from Pauly?
No, I'm just gonna coo at the egg.
One nice hand left on it. Just.
Yep.
Okay.
That's yeah, correct. Oh, maybe actually I'll get in front of it just in case. I kind of like guard it a little bit, so that way it doesn't get shot by the fucking Duragar or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. So the displacer beast seems to sort of you shoot at it. You seem to have hit it. You hear sort of a yowl of pain, and it still seems to be just standing there. Until all of a sudden it's not. It's actually in front of you with this rider on its back. What's this? Reach 10 feet? Just out of its reach. Lucky you.
You can have that one.
The imp is like flipping you off, Winfred, and is like, "Grr!" And then it just sort of lands on you and
Stomping my face with popcorn right now.
Sinks his little teeth into you, trying to get at that sweet popcorn. 11 to hit?
That does not.
No. So
He does not hit.
So
He doesn't quite get through my fat.
That's right. He's trying to burrow into the fur, and he just keeps biting into the fur. He's like his fangs aren't big enough to get through that thick carpet. That thick mullet.
He's the daddy long legs of demons. He's actually very deadly. He just can't hurt you.
The other guy though is as he's sort of still on top of this displacer beast, he's pulled the crossbow back, aimed at you, Pauly, and shot.
I expected this.
But the attack goes wide and actually cracks into the egg and then flings off. The bolt sort of hits the egg, deflects, and flings off into the darkness, spinning away.
I'm gonna just go, you son of a bitch.
Mr. Wolf is still gonna nip at the heels of the bear. And hit for 9 damage. Sorn.
Okay. Would it be safe to say that if I move up here, I'm not going to get an attack of opportunity because I'm currently 10 feet above?
Yeah, I'd say that's fair.
Okay, cool. I'm going to move over to here. I'm going to look at Pauly and say, do you trust me?
I do.
All right. Sorn will place a hand on Pauly's shoulder And with the other hand, I'm going to pick up the egg
It's heavy.
because I can carry it.
Sure.
I've checked. I
trust you.
can carry it.
Yeah, I trust you.
And I'm going to yell to Winfred. Before I do this, are there any exits that I can see besides the way we came in?
No. So despite the light in this room, there's no sunlight. There's no opening to the surface. Obviously, you're still well below the ground. But yeah, you don't see any exits apart from the one you came through.
Okay, so I've got the egg. I've got Pauly. I'm going to yell to Winfred and say, to the exit, we are leaving. And I'm going to dig deep. And I'm going to thunder step again. Which that damage is pointless anyway, because it doesn't hit anything. And I need to go. Let's have a look. Where's the little ruler? To there.
So you disappear as well, with Pauly and the egg, and you see a similar sight to what Winfred saw. The obelisk is no longer this 50-foot tall black metal pillar. It's all of a sudden you see it in its maybe what's underlying of it, just shooting up bright light, a beam in the sky, cutting through the astral earth around you as you fly like a lightning bolt to your destination. I'm going to need you to make a charisma-based Arcana check for me, please.
Okay, so how would I do that?
You might need to do it manually. But,
is it a saving throw or a check?
it's an ability check. So it's your charisma score, and then if you're proficient in Arcana, your proficiency. Your charisma bonus. So I think it'd be similar to, I'm just looking at your sheet, similar to your deception score, right? Because that's charisma and you're proficient in it.
Yep.
So you can roll that if you like, but we know that it's
yeah.
Arcana. It's your magic. It's not your intelligence magic. It's like your force of will. I'm trying to gauge here.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just roll the deception because that's the easiest way to do it. That's a 25, and that little circle on the ground that I've drawn, like here, that's where I was teleporting to, with Pauly and the egg.
So they've got the egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've brought the egg with us.
So you are almost like when you're being swept along as this sort of lightning bolt in the astral plane, powered by Talos. You feel that turbulence as well, and you're almost like you're going close to a whirlpool as you go past the obelisk. You're almost pulled into it, but the strength of power you have in your blood is easily able to overcome that, and you're not pulled into that sort of geyser of magic. And you appear again on the other side. Now, 19 damage to each of these guys. The owlbear takes half damage, and the rest take damage.
And then I'm also going to, when I land, like when we come out of the ether.
Yeah, you see a singular Durgar running into the tunnel ahead of you.
When we land, I'm going to cast a second level healing word onto Pauly as well.
Are you able to cast a spell and then another spell as a bonus action?
I believe so.
Maybe it's just the other way around. You can't.
Thanks, I need it.
What was that? That was... Oh, fuck, I missed the dice.
There's 9.
Yeah, no, I needed to know what individual were. That's fine, I'll just leave it as 9.
It was a 3 and a 2.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll just leave that as 9.
Anything else out of Sword?
I'll let out. Actually, I'm not gonna. I yelled to Winfred that yeah, we're going back the way we came. I will just point at the other Duriga running towards us, to Pauly, and just say, keep an eye on that one.
Okay.
And can I place the egg in my pack as well?
Yeah,
If
it
that's
sort of
possible.
pokes out the top, right? Like it's.
It's just I've got a beacon on my back.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's prairie dogging up the top of your pack.
Nice.
Like you can't get it all the way in. Winfred.
Okay, so I hear Sorn say, Winfred, we're leaving. And as he, like, thundersteps into the path, I'm like, I'm not leaving without Chewie! But he can't hear me because he
There's a
thunderstepped
huge
and it's
crack
loud.
of thunder. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I can't use my at least I'm not sure that I can use my chronolometer twice in a day.
No, I think it's once a day.
Once you use this feature of the chronolometer, can I use until the next day? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my dodecahedron of doom. And
Yep.
I'm going to roll it, but the way I'm going to roll it is I'm sort of just going to like throw it up in the air and catch it in my hand. Now, for continuity's sake, I'm still facing that way, so, like facing toward the owlbear and stuff. So I'm just going to roll a d12.
Would you like to read us what a 12? What, an 11? On the Jody.
The next creature to touch the die becomes significantly more resilient for an hour's time.
So you throw it up in the air, grab it. Oh, you're meant to roll it on the ground, but I assume as part of your action here.
Yeah, like as part of my action, I'm pretty much just saying like I'm just rolling the die, but like for continuity's sake, I'm just like tossing it up in the air and then catching it.
Flip it over on your wrist.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a coin,
Yeah.
So it lands on an 11, and the next creature to touch the die becomes significantly more resilient for an hour's time. So I'm not sure what that means in like gameplay sense. Does that mean that I have like a resistance to damage, or
I would
like?
say resistance to all damage.
Yeah.
So you already had resistance to physical. I'm going to give you resistance to all types of damage for an hour.
Dope. All right. Cool. I'm going to use my bonus action to blink back over to Chewie. I need to double check how far I can. 30 feet. So 30 feet of unoccupied space. So I get here. I'm going to use my movement to sort of jump down and kind of like because I imagine that like Chewie and the wolf are still like fighting,
Yep.
but I sort of want to like jump down and like grab the wolf and slam it into the ground.
Okay. Well, your whole action was to play with the dice, so.
Oh shit! Yeah, no.
So I can let you jump down there and get between them, but you won't be doing any like attacks as part of that.
Okay. Would I be able to do an animal handling ability check, or would that count as an action?
Allow it.
Okay. So I want to sort of get down there and sort of like get them apart, and try and do like an animal handling similar to how I did with the bears. I'm like, I'm trying to get you all out of here. I'm trying to help. I imagine I'm going to do this at disadvantage because I'm speaking Ursine to a wolf because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And
it's seeing a bear already attack it, and now it's another bear's come to attack it, kind of thing.
To be fair, he was acting in self-defense, but I respect it. So animal handling. An 11. It's kind of an average roll.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, disadvantage. Hang on. Yeah, 11.
It takes you a minute, or like takes you a moment to kind of get between the two, and in doing so, they both end up like because you just thrown yourself in between two warring creatures. They both end up biting you, and you have to kind of hold them off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of your excellent resilience, though, plus the rage, you just don't really feel a lot of it. So you're only going to take 4 points of damage total.
I've also got an overshield. So
Yeah.
I'm really resilient right now.
That's right. So yeah, but you're able to jump down there and separate the two, and the wolf kind of slinks back a bit, giving you some space. And you're able to kind of calm down Chewie until he stops.
Okay. Just before I end my turn, I want to turn around to Chewie and to say, Chewie, we're leaving. Like I'm just gonna start like running back the way we came.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn on that.
Yeah. Cool. So you start heading in that direction. He'll follow you.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. You hear in your mind, and you see Chewie turn his head too, which kind of indicates that maybe he hears it too. The sound of the Durgar saying, "You stupid bear, you're letting them get away! Bring back that egg!" And then you hear a ooh.
Can't really say anything because it's not my turn, but in my mind I've got to be thinking to myself, I'll be like, I've got to help that bear. I've got to help that bear.
And you definitely hear the owl bear lumbering along, and it jumps down, leaps down, and starts making its way towards you, Pauly and Sorn. But it's Pauly's turn.
Right. Trusting the plan of Sorn, I'm going to just dive bomb. Perfect. For that guy there. And just attack him with both Talon and a dagger. To the Talon first. 25.
Definitely hit.
21 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Just slash him. If that's the case, and he's just dead in that first move, I'm gonna use my bonus action to come back to the egg. And just back to Egg and Sorn. And then
in
maybe
a matter of moments, Sorn, as if by magic, as if teleported by a thunderstep, Pauly disappears in a flurry of feathers, and then you look back, and the Duragar is dead, and Pauly's back by the egg, cuddling it in your pack.
He's just hugging my back. So I've got a bird on my back and a mushroom on my head.
So you are Banjo-Kazooie right now, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I might even just kind of look towards the owlbear and then just put my hands up as like it's okay. Yeah. Not really. Like I can't do anything else other than that, but yeah, that's it.
Cool. Old mate on the Displacer Beast is going to also follow you down. And again, it seems like the beast sort of turns, looks at you, and then kind of freezes. And then a moment later, he's in front of you.
Oh, God.
Meanwhile, you hear in sort of the is it infernal? Which one's the devil language? You hear the imp yelling after you.
It is infernal, yeah.
Going, I'm a devil, not a demon, you piece of shit! Get back here so I can bite you. And then he sort of gets around. He's like, "Oh shit, there's two bears. Fuck, I didn't get out of the abyss for this." And he starts sort of putting his clawed hand, on the obelisk.
Let me back in.
Let me in.
Doing an Eric Andre right now.
Sorn, as the guy on the back of the Displacer Beast sort of the Displacer Beast sort of seems to appear in front of you. He swings a war pick at you, and then sort of backhand swings one at Pauly. So the first one at you is going to be 13 to hit.
Nope. And does it have to connect for Rumperdump to do his like spores?
I don't think so. I think it's just anyone who attacks you, right?
Yeah. Is it anyone who attacks me or anyone in like immediate range of me? Would I like get the Displacer Beast as well? Because he is
yeah.
the top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I let?
You'll
those
also get
go?
Pauly though, because Pauly's like right on your back.
Ah, true. Fuck. Pauly, get off me. Like, I'm like, yeah. I'll not do that.
You give a mental command to Rumperdump to not do that.
Yeah, just to hold.
Yeah.
Well, what
and-
happens?
It'll like, I think it paralyzes you for 1 turn or something.
Oh, fuck it. Just do it, mate.
No, because I can't carry you and the egg. I just healed you.
We've got to wait. Oh, yeah, good point. We've got to wait for fucking Winfred anyway.
Pauly, you are cracked in the noggin by this war pick. 17 to hit, I think hits.
Yes, that hits. Yep.
So you take 10 piercing damage and 7 poison damage.
I will uncanny dodge that, and I've got poison resistance.
When the Duragar hits a target with a melee attack while mounted, Steed can make a melee attack as well. Okay.
Oh god.
But yeah, I've got poison resistance.
Okay, yeah, because you ring. Does a 16 hit your AC?
Yes.
So you take 5 bludgeoning damage as one of the whips from the Displacer Beast cracks you on the back of the beak, and then a further 6 piercing damage. So 5 bludgeoning, 6 piercing, 11 total.
Because I'm uncanny dodging all like the damage. Is that all of it or no? Just that one
No,
attack?
I think you uncanny dodge the first attack.
Yeah. Okay. Right, all good.
The wolf in front of you, Winfred, kind of slinks back a bit, sort of making its way backwards cautiously. After your dealings with it, and we move to Sorn's turn.
Oh man, I didn't want to do this, but I just have to double check something. Alright, I'm gonna burn my bonus action. And I'm gonna reclaim a 3rd level spell slot. I'm gonna say over my shoulder, Pauly, you're making this really fucking hard. And so is Pauly touching me currently still?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just gonna thunder step again. Oh man, this is
Understep
fucking...
towards Winfred.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
We got to fight him, man. We got to fight him.
Oh,
We're not getting away from this.
I can get away from Displacer Beast. I don't know about you guys, but I could. All right. Well, I'm gonna thunder step again, and yeah, I'm gonna just thunder step in the direction of Winfred, and bring everything with me again.
Okay. The rider is blown off the Displacer Beast and into the wall. The Displacer Beast, though, seems to shimmer in the air, and then when you arrive, it doesn't seem to have taken any damage from your thing of thunder. But the rider seems to be dead.
Okay.
Ahead of you is a wolf backing up away from the big bears.
I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna yell to the big bears. Need your help over here.
Don't hurt the doggy!
I'm not going to.
And I start running toward him.
Is that your turn, Son?
I don't have a bonus action.
movement,
I've got movement, yeah. Instead of my movement, can I just yell to the owlbear saying, "Your captors are dead. You're free to go." Just like in undercommon. And that's it. I don't have any movement. I'm not going to use my movement because then I'm moving towards more danger.
Winfred's turn.
Okay. I'm going to move toward. I'm going to move toward the owlbear. Where is the owlbear exactly? Because I can't see it. Okay. So I'm going to use my movement, so I can move 40 feet. So I'm going to move here. I'm going to be like, "You're in my way!" And then use my bonus action to blink over the front here. So there. I'm going to, as I get here, I'm going to sort of like get to the owlbear and be like, oh fuck, it's been a while since I've spoken owlbear. And then I say in Ursine, that, so I'm going to say in Ursine, but like it'd be as if an Aussie was trying to speak really bad French. Does that make sense? Yeah. But in Ursine. So like
I'm
gonna
tasteless rendition of it, please.
Basically, yeah. And be like, we Hoot are here to help Hoot. And I point back toward the owlbear that's following me around the corner, and say to the owlbear, and be like, there are more of us, Hoot. We're going to the surface, Hoot. And I'm gonna roll an animal handling check.
Yeah.
It's like a really shitty like telegram, but like instead of stops, it's hoots.
Yeah, someone's just sitting here shaking his head.
I'm also going to use my bolster magic on this.
Yeah.
So I rolled a natural 1.
Oh god.
It's like hoot hoot hoot. Hoot, and just
slash
like
roll
flexes his claws
1d3. Hang on.
Winfred says roll 1d3 out loud. Sorn is visibly
so
confused.
1d3. So I roll a 4 plus 5 is 9. Plus 4 is sorry, it's 8.
It doesn't really matter. It's a critical one, right?
Doesn't really matter. It's a critical fail. But
nope.
I turn around to the boys and I'm just like, owlbears are really disconnected from the Ursine family.
So, yeah,
and
Sorn just wants to quickly just reply with, I'm pretty sure they don't speak bear.
and I'm just sort of like gesturing toward the owlbear. I'm like, fucking look at it! And
Just looking Pauly and an owlbear, like.
Yeah. I can't really do much else. That's my turn.
The owlbear starts running towards you, getting up on its hind legs, making itself bigger, and you hear it just be like, hoot, 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 and then it's just gonna come claw at you.
From what I understand of owlbear, I think he's pissed.
Eep.
That's a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
18, so that's 18.
That's nearly double my AC.
18 slashing damage.
I'm currently raging, so you said 18?
Yeah.
9.
So I take 9.
And then he swipes you with the beak.
Oh, hang on. I got an overshield. What was I? 57? So I'd only take...
I mean, you're 57 out of 59 hit points, but then you've got an 11 overshield. If you just right-click your token, and you see the little box, you can actually left-click the box, type negative whatever.
Oh, I've been going through the character sheet on the Foundry this whole time. So.
Sharp. That's fine.
Yeah, so he just like gets my overshield, basically.
Yeah, with the claws, and then he hits you with the beak. And the beak, tears into the side of you for 18 to hit. For 14 piercing damage.
That definitely gets through.
And you hear just in your ear, he gets real close, and he's like, hoot hoot.
What you said 14, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, so he gets me for.
I assume that you asked Chewie to come with you, and he's right behind you.
Yeah, I said, like, we're leaving, and then pointed and ran off.
Cool. Pauly.
Pauly, you're muted.
Sorry, can I still see the Displacer Beast?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I might just do a little fucking drive-by. How far is that, though?
I think because of a trick of the walls.
Yeah, I can't see him technically.
Can't see it.
Yeah.
It's It's 70, 80. It's about 80 feet away, I think.
Cool.
It's about 80 feet, 75, 80.
All right, I'll use my bonus. I'll get up to him and I'll use my bonus action. Yeah, I can't actually move up there. Yeah. And yeah, so I'll use my bonus action to get to him, and I'll just attack with Talon.
Yep. You have disadvantage on the attack as it seems to be projecting illusions of where it seems to be standing.
Sure. Roll again then.
That goddamn displacement.
12.
12 will not hit. As you go for one of the illusions, and then it turns out it's actually next to you. It's sort of tentacles waving in the wind.
Cool. And then I will use the rest of my movement. So, see, how many feet? So
it took you 75 to get there?
Sure.
To get there?
I'll fly up 25 feet. I'll add that in.
Yeah. Cool. It looks up at you. It jump 15 feet, do we think? Probably not. I think it's looking up at you and it just starts circling, right? Like a cat on the ground looking up at the bird that's floating nearby, and it just like crouches down ready to pounce on you.
He's like holding an action ready to go.
Meanwhile, you hear, come on, yes! And then just there's a flash of light within the room, and the imp is gone.
Oh,
They let him in.
And there's a wave of magic that sloshes through the room. Winfred, roll me a D100, please.
oh, fuck off. That's a 47. Not turning into a basket of petunias today.
So, let's see. You roll 3d6 for me, please.
Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So
14.
this force of magic, this sort of wave sloshes over you, rocks you back, and bits of your hair, your fur, kind of fall off, and turn into 14 gold pieces and fall to the ground. Your fur's mostly still all fine. It's just you've lost.
Okay. I look very confused.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just gonna take these, I guess.
You lost your split ends and you gained 14 gold.
I lost my undercoat. I look really pristine now.
Sorn, what are you doing?
Can I see the displaced piece from where I am?
Yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, he's
Okay, cool.
80 feet away.
I am going to
Rage.
I've been thunder raging this whole time. All right, I'm going to just can I just send a? Whoa, let me just double check. Can I do? No, I'm going to send a firebolt at it.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, that one's an 18, and then that one. There we go. Is a 26. 25 and a 26.
25 will definitely hit.
All right, well, it's 6 damage total.
Okay, 6 fire damage. You figure out which one is the correct version of the beast as you sort of ignore the illusions, and by hitting it with fire, the other illusions fade away for a moment, and you can definitely tell which one's the real one. It has lost the ability to displace for a period of time.
Okay, and do I? I'm just gonna yell to Winfred. What's the verdict on this owlbear?
I'm working on it.
Do I burn it?
No.
You see like fire welling up in my mouth, and then I just like swallow hard, and it goes away. I'm just like, and I will just move just a little bit over here to safety with the egg, away from the doggy. I don't want the doggy to come and get me.
Oh. All right. Winfred.
So, I'm actually going to turn around to the cave bear, to Chewy. Hang on a second. Just give me one.
Okay. We go back to Pauly.
Okay.
Sorry, Iggy's at Sophie's door. So I just needed to mute my microphone for a second. So I'd actually turn around to Chewy and I put a hand on Chewy's head and I say, "Do you trust me?" And I look at Chewy in the eye, and Chewy sort of like opens his mouth slowly, and I'm going to put the potion of invulnerability in Chewy's mouth,
Okay.
and pour the contents into Chewy's mouth. As this happens, I'm sort of going to describe this. So Chewy sort of like swallows this, and he sort of like goes, but then Chewy turns into like a sort of like a glowing, bristled, with like a bit of a glow to his fur. And I'm just going to say to Chewy, "Help out Pauly," and point at the Displacer Beast. So Chewy is going to sort of like charge past the owlbear, and go and attack the Displacer Beast. So Chewy has a movement of 40 feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to imagine that like he just makes it, but it's up to you whether you can or not. So Chewy and the Displacer Beast.
He has to dash to get there, but he's able to.
For his bonus action, can he get into like a defensive stance or something?
No, but he can take an attack of opportunity from the owlbear as he runs past.
Fuck. He has a potion of invulnerability now, so.
So he would normally take 9 damage. What does the potion of invulnerability do?
Let me Google that because I've just got it in my backpack from when we got that huge burst of like items and stuff. Just give me 1 second to Google this. For 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage. The potion's syrupy liquid, looks like liquefied iron.
Okay. So instead of taking 9 damage from the owlbear, he takes 4.
Okay. Yeah, so he's got like 8 hit points left. He's not looking very good, but
he's not looking great.
No.
No. And
I want to turn around to the owlbear. I wanted to use my whole turn to do this. I want to turn around to the owlbear and I want to like approach slowly and be like, "It's amazing what you can do when you gain an animal's trust." And I want to slowly try and put my hand on the owlbear's forehead, similar to how I did with Chewy. Basically, yeah. And I want to do an animal handling check.
Yep, this is going to be a contest versus the owlbear's wisdom.
Cool. Okay, this music is fantastic, by the way. I'm going to do my animal handling check, and I'm also going to roll with my Bolster Magic as well. So roll 1d3. So in total, it's a 19 for animal handling.
You put the hand out, the paw out, and try and put it on its head, and the owlbear gives you kind of one of these, like a...
Yeah. Your camera's following you.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then it kind of freezes as you're able to put the paw on the feathered head, and it kind of just it's almost like you've paralyzed it with weird indecision. It's not attacking you. It's not following orders or sitting down or anything, but it seems to have just kind of frozen there with your hand brushing the top feathers between its eyes. Almost like it's kind of going cross-eyed trying to look at that paw.
Yep, okay.
Now, Chewie, by running next to the Displacer Beast, has triggered the Displacer Beast's reserved action of attack the next thing that comes next to me. And tentacles lash out at Chewie.
Oh, shit.
And he's going to take 3 damage thanks to the resistance potion as the tentacles bludgeon and try and pierce his hide, but fail to do so very effectively. On the owlbear's turn, it's sort of just sitting there, standing there, almost like paralyzed. It's gone up from being on its hindquarters, clawing and biting at you. So you've put your hand up and reached on its head, and just slowly bringing that hand down, and it's sort of slowly bringing itself down to all fours on the ground.
Okay. I want to give him like a little scratch behind the ears.
Yeah. Into the fur you go. And
just a little like.
It's just giving a. Pauly.
Right. I'm gonna dive right into the Displacer's Beast's mouth. Just gonna jump for it.
Thanks to Sorn hitting it with the flame bolt, you will not be at disadvantage, as Sorn has revealed which one is the real one.
Awesome. 16?
16 will hit.
Awesome. 26 damage.
Ooh, goddamn.
How do you want to do this?
I imagine like it wanted to go for me, right?
It was waiting for you, and then it saw the bear barreling down on it, so it pounced at the bear instead.
Ah, okay, right. I'm just gonna I guess kind of not use the rapier as it should be used, and then just plunge down, and then just get it through its head, so that way it's mid lunge at the bear, and so it just goes through the soft part of its back of its skull, and then comes out through the mouth, and then just puts it in place. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Good dunk on.
Just dunk on it.
Yeah, I'm dunking it.
And for a moment, with the rapier in it, it seems to spread out into 3 versions of itself, trying to create an illusion to protect itself until it sort of merges back into one and falls on the ground.
Right. And yeah.
You have solved my Obelisk room puzzle.
That was very hard.
That was interesting.
That was some good teamwork there, boys. Good job.
Sorn is just going to remove the egg from his pack and make his way over to Pauly. And because Pauly has the nurturing senses of a bird, and hand the egg over, and then point to the Displacer Beast and say, "You gonna do anything with that?"
No, I'm gonna relay to Sorn though. Actually, no, we're gonna wait. We're gonna see what happens with the owlbear first. Are they just having their own little fun time?
Yeah, they're kind of just eye contacting at the moment. There doesn't seem
actually.
to be...
I feel like right now, the third daddy's doing his own thing. He's looking after his other children. So Sorn and Pauly can sort this out. It's not hot enough. It needs to be warmer. We need to get this egg to a warmer place. It's not good.
I'll walk past Pauly and just
I'm gonna sit back on it too.
Is there any
snatch it back out of your bag and sit back on it?
I took it out of the bag and handed it to you.
Yeah,
is there any kindling or anything around on the ground?
The only things around here are sort of fungus and mushrooms. Nothing quite like the Zerkwood trees that you fashion parts of the boat out of.
Would it be fair to say I could use magical fire to create some heat, heat the ground?
Yeah. Do you have? I've
still got a breath,
and you've got your fire breath. Yeah, you're able to So yeah, you grab some of the mushrooms and sort of take some time gathering them, creating a bit of a nest, and light them on fire beneath Pauly. And you start smelling like grilled chicken.
Yeah, and while that's happening, I would like to take out like.
I'll hop off if he's gonna do fire. That's not good for my
like
bird body.
I'm warming the ground and then like placing the egg on the ground, so there's like radiant heat coming from the ground.
Yeah.
Instead of like open flame. I don't want to like.
Yeah, gotcha.
I want to. So Sorn like removes his spear from his back and like unravels like a knife that's on it. Like the blade of the spear is like a knife. And can I please try and skin this displacer beast?
Oh, yeah, okay. Give me a survival check.
Come on, survival. It's a 15.
What are you trying to harvest from it? All of its...
I want to take its pelt.
Okay. Yeah, you do a crudish... It's not like a perfect job, but it's definitely quite a good job. You're able to grab... you're not able to save the tentacles.
Yep.
But you're able to get the fur itself, and enough of it that you think you could get someone with the skill. They could probably make some kind of cloak or potentially even some kind of leather armor out of this thing.
All right, I'll just take
Red
my
Dead
rope.
Redemption, roll it back up.
Yeah, I'll take my rope, I'll roll it up, I'll like tie a little nut, and I'll place that in my pack.
Yep.
And then I will also.
Chewie just looks
over.
at you while you're doing it the whole time, like, are you gonna eat that?
I'll look at Chewie and just like push it over towards Chewie with my foot, like, here you go, bud.
Yeah.
And
Chewie starts munching down on the.
Well, Chewie's digging in, and like Pauly, like I'll look over to Winfred and just yell out, like, "How you feeling over there?"
Winfred sort of just like, whilst he's sort of like giving the owlbear a couple of scratches, just puts thumbs up.
All right, and I'll take that as a sign, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna use a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing and just heal myself, Chewie, and Pauly.
All right.
For 12 points of healing.
Thanks.
Well, that's good. That's all the damage I took.
Chewie.
Literally all the damage I took in that fight. I just reclaimed it all. We're good. And
I dare say Chewie took most of the damage in that
Yeah.
fight.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Pauly almost died. I
Oh
brought him
shit!
back.
Did he?
Yeah, I brought him back.
I didn't see a lot of the fight. I was on the other side of the obelisk, so like.
I'll also you'll see like as this time goes on, my fire breath has like gone away now. So like there was a little bit of a glow like at the base of the throat. That's just like dissipated. Like I look normal again. As normal as a very edgy drow sorcerer can look. And I'll pop my cloak back up.
Now that we're out of combat, I kind of want to go and check out the obelisk. So I want to call out to the guys and be like, "Hey guys, I want to go and check out the big spooky tower." And I want to make my way, sort of like up to here where I was before, and I'd like to do an investigation check, but I'd like to touch it with my hand to sort of like touch it with my bolster magic.
Yeah. What are you trying to? So instead of in game terms, what are you trying to get a feel of?
In like world terms, I want to sort of discern what kind of because like obviously I blinked through it before. I want to kind of discern what it is and how it reacts to wild magic.
Okay. So you don't need to check for that.
Okay.
Oh.
That's good because I have a -1 to investigation, so I'm really glad.
Now give me a. Just give me a straight up wisdom check. Wisdom ability check with your bolster magic.
Okay. One ability check. With the bolster magic. Roll 1d3. So that's 18 in total.
Yeah, so you put your paw on it. You're kind of trying to tap into, what this is. This sort of black metal is perfectly smooth apart from the cracks and chipped off edges you can see on it. 15 feet per side at its base. It stands 50 feet tall and kind of slowly tapers to a pyramid cap. You can tell that the fractures are leaking some kind of quasi-magical energy.
Yeah.
And that if you were to feed energy into the obelisk, you might activate some of its latent magic.
Okay. I sort of like look behind me to where the dragon egg was sitting, and I look back up at the obelisk, which I imagine has got some sort of like carvings on it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm going to sort of like walk over to the cliff here, and I'm just going to like yell down to the boys, and be like, "It looks like they were trying to feed this obelisk with the magic that was in the dragon egg. So I would imagine that dragon egg is feeling a little weak right now. I don't think heat's going to fix it. I think it might need some kind of magical healing."
Okay.
I did use like divine healing magic on everything within 30 feet of me, so that would also get the egg.
Yeah.
Is it looking healthier after the prayer of healing?
Yeah. I guess the sort of scuff marks that were on it have sort of closed up a bit, but it's kind of hard to tell. It is sort of doesn't seem to be dropping in temperature now. It's sort of absorbing that warmth in the stone that Sorn has created.
Right.
You still think it probably needs more heat in general for it to be comfortable, but it doesn't seem to be losing heat now.
We need to like chuck it into a fire.
I can start a fire. That's easy.
I can use my wild magic. I'm pretty sure I've still got some time left on my bolster magic if I can like try and like give it a little bit of nature's gift.
It's honestly going to be one of those things. We probably just need to get it back up to the city.
Yeah, if we could spend a bit of time, and every so often I can just like heat up the ground a shitload. Then we spend like 5 minutes sitting there and bring the temperature back up. Like,
and we need to figure out a way to lie to Ember Chad.
I'm gonna tumble down
this was really hard, so we're not really.
I'm gonna tumble down this little wall here and sort of like walk back to the guys.
I'll just say the last thing you notice before you go. Before you leave that area, as you take your hand off the obelisk, you can feel it kind of, and maybe this has something to do with the wild magic you tapped into, the space magic. But you, for a moment, you look around and you see yourself in the port of Grim by the Dark Lake, and then as you take your hand off the obelisk, you're back here with your friends.
In the port of Grim.
Ooh, that's where we need to go.
I'm gonna as I take my hand off of the because I'm obviously just gonna yell down to the guys down by the rocks there, and I'm gonna take my hand off, and I'm sort of going to notice that the scenery changes, and I'm going to say that whilst I have my hand on there, it doesn't feel like I have any notice of the different scenery until I take my hand off, and it suddenly changes. I sort of like start climbing down and start walking toward the party, and I feel like I'm going to end up about here. Before I say to the people down there, I'm like, I could swear that I could see the port of Grim whilst I was touching that obelisk. I'm not sure. Yeah, go on.
As soon as Sorn hears this, Sorn's going to go and investigate the obelisk as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
While actually, while Sorn was heating up the egg, that's when probably Pauly would actually just leave that to him for a second and just rifle through some corpse pockets. Just you know what I mean? Like as long as she's being looked after,
okay.
as long as the dragon has been looked after, I want to have a little rogue look around and look for anything to pilfer.
I'm going to take a
You
look
want
at
to
the
roll
egg.
anything for that?
Just give me a perception check, and I'll
Sure.
roll on my table.
That's a good perception check. That's a very good perception check.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to like, yeah, just like basically, this is their main lair. I definitely want to look for some fucking treasure and rifle through pockets. And actually, I'll throw that book to Sorn as well that I grabbed.
Someone catches it as he walks away,
Mhm.
and he's just flipping
Use
through it.
You know what? Yeah, use that for kindling.
He's like, before I light the ground on fire, like I quickly rifle through the book and have a quick read of it, and then like as I'm walking away, I'm still reading it, and I'll put that in my jacket as I get to the obelisk as well, and I'll double check that book shortly.
Okay, you find about 30 gold pieces on the Duragars.
Sure.
A bunch. You also find another 50 copper pieces. I know you love that.
I do love copper.
And
Mhm.
you find 13 gemstones worth about 100 gold each in
Sure.
a number of different. There's sort of a coral one, an amber one, and a garnet, like so assorted gemstones.
I'll just write down and thought. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
13 assorted gemstones.
Yeah, 100 gold each.
Easy. All right, I'll sell them to those for now.
Cool. The Darrow Savant has a single gold coin. And when you look at it, it's got sort of like a weird elvish writing on it, and it seems to have sort of a tree on one side and a picture of sort of an elven face on the other. In the notebook contains Dwarvish writing. Do any of you speak Dwarvish?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, just long lists, what appear to be lists in columns in Dwarvish.
I'm just gonna add that as the Dwarvish notebook.
Yeah, some of the entries appear in different handwriting, but it's hard to tell with Dwarvish runes.
All right, so maybe I'll just chuck that coin to Sorn as well.
You can either treat it as a single gold coin, or you could put it as elvish gold coin if you wanted to be particular about it.
Yeah, I'll throw it to Sorn and go, hey, it looks like you.
Alright, I'll add elvish gold coin.
You notice that this
is there
looks
anything
like
yeah.
The face on it appears to be a very androgynous elf, and you can read some of the writing. It says Shilmea, Shilmain, Coralon.
Does that make any sense to me, knowing
You
the
know
language?
Coralon is the elvish god of a lot of things. But there's always that story of Coralon and Lolth used to be married, and they have a child together named Saloon. Or Elistre, sorry, Elistre.
Oh god.
Coralon is known as the creator of the elves and the protector of the elves. And they are more known as, beyond gender, and sort of an ally to sort of the good gods and so on. Coralon is the one that cut out Grumpsh, the orc god's eye, and also was once married to Lolth. She tried to take over his position as the head of the sort of elvish pantheon and failed, and it's for this that she was cast out into the demon web.
Okay. Well, that's I'll just yell back. This could be good. This could be bad.
Cool. I'll leave the magic stuff to you, mate.
All right. And can I, before I do this, I just want to have a. Did Timmy find anything else before I cut in?
No, mostly money on these guys and gems. Yep.
I'm gonna I want to look over this obelisk. I just place a hand on it and try to get a feel for something and see if anything happens when I touch it.
Why don't you give me an Arcana check?
Okay.
As he, well, yeah, like obviously I'll finish the rifling when he goes away from the egg too. We'll make sure we'll take it in shifts to look after it.
It is a
Never
21.
left alone.
No.
21. Yeah, cool. So you definitely think that this obelisk, it's leaking magic. You discover that as well. You feel like it's bending space-time or bending space in a certain way. You're not sure if that was because of the way Winfred passed through it, or whether that's meant to be part of its makeup. It doesn't seem to be its purpose, but you think if you were to feed it magic, you could tap into that space-bending power and use it to take you somewhere.
Okay. I will.
And you're with a 21. You're pretty confident you'd be able to tell it where to take you.
Yeah. Okay. While everyone's getting their stuff together, I'll after ascertaining that, I'm just gonna yell out, "Everybody, get up here! We're gonna try something. I believe I can get us out of here without having to walk."
That sounds pretty good to me.
Am I still over by the dragon egg with Pauly?
If you want.
Or is
to.
Pauly off, rummaging through corpses still?
I think if you're near the dragon egg, it sounds like he's rummaging, but if you want to leave the dragon egg, he'll come over. He doesn't want to leave it unattended.
Yeah, that's correct.
No.
That's correct.
I'm going to be over by the dragon egg. I want to do something. So I want to place my paw on the dragon egg with a little bit of bolster magic as sort of like a signal to see what's inside of it. Obviously, I know what's inside of it, but I want to see if the energy within the dragon egg matches whatever I felt was in the obelisk, or any sort of remnant of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Is there any sort of check that you want me to do for that?
No, I just love the idea. So you put your paw on the egg, and
With a little zap from the bolster magic, kind of.
yeah.
Think of it like static electricity.
That's it, and you can kind of feel the heat from inside. You feel it moving in. There's something definitely moving in there slowly, and you feel that the magic here. You definitely feel that there was magic drained from this thing, but that the obelisk itself is not made of dragon magic. It's almost like they perhaps were trying to use a 9-volt battery to start a car.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Can be done with a 12 volt or an 18.
Yeah, so they were trying to give it juice, and any juice would kind of do, but it's not the same, so it's probably inefficient.
So I imagine what it felt like for Winfred was he placed his massive paw on this tiny little dragon egg in comparison.
It's
Still pretty big.
I mean, compared to Winfred, it's the size of a football, right?
It's the size of a tire.
It's the size of a tire compared to Winfred. It's pretty small. So I place my paw on this dragon egg, and I feel life inside of it. I feel there is not only latent magical energy, but latent nature, life energy inside of it.
And you feel the elemental fire in there too.
Yeah. So I turn around to Pauly and I say, Pauly, this dragon egg needs to be returned to its parent. We
Fuck
can't
off.
keep this thing.
Fuck off. That's your response
No.
you're getting there. No.
Hear me out.
No. And then that nervous thing is actually getting 10 times worse, and I'm bringing both my weapons in and out hard. No. There's no question on this one. You don't get to choose that. right? I would know better than anyone that sometimes you can be a good father just by raising the fucking egg. Don't fucking tell me what we need to do when it comes to this egg. I know what needs to happen with this egg.
I look at Pauly with the eyes of like a kind of like a den mother kind of thing. Obviously with Chewie sitting on the other side of me and Pauly, sort of like, so Pauly's in between us, I'd imagine, looking at the map, and Chewie's sort of like chewing on a you know, phase beast femur, displaced beast femur, and I say to him, be like, Chewie, Pauly, this
do it in Winfred's voice. This is
egg
good IP. This is good IP. Do it in Winfred's voice.
This egg doesn't belong to us. It belongs to its mother. Much
and
like
its mother
the bears
isn't there. We will find its mother if we can, but we are not giving it back to Ember Chat.
Ember Chat is its mother.
Ember Chat is a fucking beast who cares nothing other than power over the dwarves. I do not care to think to give it back to him. That is not a thing, and it's not a mother. We know it's a male.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I say to Pauly, if you don't let me take this life back to its mother, I will go through you.
Try.
Upon this happening, Sorn will make his way back into the group.
Try. It's not a group or argument at this point. We follow together, and that's the point. But going past that, this is not something that I am willing to do. I refuse to do otherwise. We never said once that we would actually give it back to Ember Chat. Finding this egg was so that we could look after it and raise it into the right path. Don't question or tempt me to go further than I plan to go. You cannot change at the 9th hour what you want to do.
Pauly, I've always been on the side of life.
I believe Grizzis would expect better from you than changing the 9th hour on the mission that you had at hand. Do not sit here and tell me what you think is right at the end of it.
Pauly, I'm not.
If you had an
going off of
issue
what
with
is
this,
right or not. I am a
if you had an
guardian of
issue with
nature.
this, you could have balked when we first discussed this. This has been discussed several times.
Sorn's going to.
I'm going to
threatening violence.
I'm going to take a swing at Pauly.
I'm going to dodge
and
it. I'm going to dodge it. I'm going to dodge it just because the point is, as well, is this is a conversation. This isn't an argument yet. This isn't a physical blow yet.
Before this blow even takes place, as I'm walking back, I'm just going to loose a firebolt between them and try and diffuse this whole situation.
I'm going to take a swing at Pauly and I'm going to rage.
Let's see how this goes. So, Sorn can see the tensions heating up as he's sort of coming back with the knowledge that he has brought from the obelisk. Winfred and Pauly getting a bit heated. Chewie more is just like, stop chewing, but is kind of looking over and kind of ears pricked up about what's going on. Now, Winfred, are you raging and then throwing a punch, or are you throwing a punch and then raging?
I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna throw a punch. Like, basically, what's going through Winfred's mind at the moment is he's on the side of life, and throughout this,
you don't need to convince me. You don't need to convince me.
No, I'm getting to it.
You need to convince me.
Yeah.
I'm getting to it. Winfred's on the side of life. He always has been.
No, don't say it like this. I actually like this a lot. RP it, mate. Don't just start swinging the punch. No. Let's have this conversation in RP, mate. I don't want to hear it third person. I want to hear how Winfred has to say about it.
I'm really good at the third person.
No, fuck the third person.
But
it's more fun this way. Let's go.
I do love this conflict.
Correct. No, I agree.
I'm going to take a swing at.
We all know.
I'm going to take a swing at Pauly, and I'm going to say that it he dodges it more or less. I'm happy to do the attack roll if you really want me to, but I'm going to say he dodges it. I'm going to brandish my hammer and I'm going to take a swing at him and I'll be like, Pauly, I've always been on the side of life. You know this.
Then why wasn't this an argument previously? Why didn't you bring this up fucking 2 days ago? This is not something you just bring up at the 9th hour. I would never have gone along with the plan by giving it back to Ember Chat.
You didn't give me an opportunity to
You didn't
say my
speak
piece.
up. We
I was
discussed
too
this as a
busy
team.
saving. I was too busy saving other lives.
Once again, this was something we discussed before you even knew the bears were an issue. You cannot just flip-flop and choose what works for you only and only you.
I'm not saying that I didn't think about this beforehand, but I didn't realize that you were going to keep it for yourself.
Keeping it for ourselves is the best bet that this thing has at a somewhat level of normalcy in life.
Its best bet belongs with its parent.
At this
Doesn't
point,
belong
Sorn
with
is
us.
going to cut this off. He's just Sorn is
How do you-
like
do you
visibly
do it?
getting angry. He's going to be like, "Hey, I understand where you're both coming from, but Pauly, I'm sorry. The best chance this egg has currently is with Ember Chad. We do not have the means to keep it alive. We do not
If it
have
needs
any
fire,
way
we're
to
going-
do
Pauly,
this.
Pauly, if we keep this egg, it may die.
I do not. I may have fire. I can create fire all
We're
day,
going
every
back.
day.
We're going back to a
This
town
egg
that is
needs
covered in
dragon
forges.
fire.
It needs dragon fire.
No, that is not like. How do we know that? It just needs warmth. I can feel it. It needs warmth. I was the one who told you it needed warmth.
And I'm the
I
one
never
that is
once
warming it.
said that it was dragon fire. We take it back to a town covered in forges, chuck it in the fucking hottest furnace we find, and then leave it there until we leave. We then go back to where we need to go, Bleeding Stone, deal with the fucking Pudding King, and then we sort it out from there too.
Am I able to roll for wild magic, considering this is an incredibly tense situation?
Is it? So yeah. If you tell me that it's heating you up, it's kind of.
It is like this situation is heating me
Sure.
up. Yeah. So
Would
like
you say that?
I
Would you say that you're feeling extreme, moderate, or a nuisance kind of?
I'm gonna say nuisance for now.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a d100.
It's 55.
55. Okay. For the next minute, for a while, your vision starts to go blurry and doubled, and you have disadvantage on attacks and perception checks involving sight. Your vision starts going blurry, and you're finding it difficult. You're essentially going cross-eyed with rage.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Winfred remembers doing this from a previous thing, and he's just going to rely on his senses of his nose because he ate too many mushrooms this one time.
You know where Pauly is because of your nose, but you think to throw a fist at him will be hard because, like the Displacer Beast, there's two of him now.
Yeah. I imagine what ends up happening in Winfred's mind, and this is when I am going to go third person because I can't roleplay this.
That's fine.
What happens in Winfred's mind is like when he gets that angry, when he gets that worked up, and his vision does go blurry and double. What's going through his mind is fight, you must fight. And the rage starts to tick over in his mind. And you see Winfred start to like bristle his fur a little bit and eye Pauly down and say, Pauly, I'm going to give you this one opportunity to back down. Because I will not be. And if you think I have any intention of backing down, I won't.
Why choose violence when we could have discussed this with words? You chose instead of following a good path and just becoming something that you yourself hated. You say you're this guardian of nature, but nature isn't always so violent. There is care there too. How about you see some compassion and realize that I just choose to look after this egg?
Winfred's going to turn around to Pauly with a more primal look in his eyes. It's like, nature is violence!
It's not always
Don't you
violent.
get it?
It's not always
Nature
violent.
is violence.
Did your parents just beat you senselessly every fucking day? No, they didn't.
Someone's gonna
Don't
step in
don't
again
don't
and
choose
say,
don't choose compassion. Don't interrupt. Then don't interrupt either, Sorn.
Yeah, no, someone's going to say, if you don't want an interruption, let's end this now and deal with this in another place, or it will not go well for anyone here.
I agree. And Winfred, the man that you've become too, I'm not sure if adventuring has been good for you. The person that we met at the start of this adventure would never have chosen violence as the argument. And then I'll grab the egg and fucking start walking towards the obelisk.
I'm going to contest that.
Just what?
Contest you grabbing the egg.
Oh, I'll just jump the fuck out of the way. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, no, Sorn's just gonna put his hand on the egg and he's gonna thunderstep. See you guys. Sorn's gone. The egg's gone.
I don't know. Look, no, yeah.
So
That might be an initiative thing, boys. I mean, like, it can't just be like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. You know what I mean? Look,
Yeah, but that's
you
what I'm
can't.
doing in the
No. But once again, if I'm saying that I'm grabbing the egg and going, it's not something that you can then just go, well, then I'm doing this. It's like, but
yeah, let's
I've still gone and grabbed the egg.
Let me try and resolve this. Okay. So Pauly's put his hand on the egg, and then Winfred's got. You said you're going to stop him. Is that you've also put your hand on the egg?
Yeah. So I'm guessing what ends up
Sorn
happening
has
is
also
like
put
all
his hand
three
on
of
the
us
egg.
are
Sorn's
trying
just put
to
his
contest
finger on the
this.
egg.
Yeah, Sorn's put his
Yeah.
finger on the egg. Now, by the quirk of Thunderstep, let me see what the words
It's
are
one
here.
willing creature and whatever and anything I can carry.
You can bring along objects as long as their weight does not exceed what you can carry. You can also teleport one willing creature of your size. Must be within 5 feet of you. Yeah, so I guess with Winfred and Pauly, I'm going to rule that with Winfred and Pauly picking up the egg, Winfred putting his hand to sort of stop him moving, because Pauly, I think you were just going to jump or fly away, right?
Yeah.
I think it'd be fair to say that Winfred puts his paws on the egg and is sort of that extra weight prevents you from flying, certainly.
Sure.
But the way Thunderstep is worded, you can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. If Sorn can get his finger on that egg, I don't see any reason why he can't Thunderstep away with the object.
Okay.
Is that fair?
I'll be pretty pissed, but like, I mean, like, I don't know, like, it kind of ruins the fun of like this whole argument then too as well.
This is Sorn's interaction with the argument.
Yeah,
He's told you to stop multiple times, and he's now had
so
enough.
there's a crack of thunder. You both need to make Constitution saving throws.
Yep.
And where are you going, Sorn?
I will burn sorcerer points to make sure that they both pass.
Okay.
I'm not trying to kill them.
Yeah.
So it's 10 damage, and I'm going back up to the obelisk.
Okay. So there's a moment where there's sort of the crack of thunder. You feel it weave its way around you both. You're both kind of knocked around a little bit, but it's not the full force of the thunderous wave. And Sorn is up there next to the obelisk looking down at you lot. And I think that's where we're going to end for this week.
Oh, fuck!
Don't piss off the sorcerer.
It's pretty cool though, actually. Just like I can imagine it's like ninja shit. You know what I mean? Like you just like boom, and you're up there.
Pauly's like, Pauly, your hands are now empty, and you're like, fuck.
The idea has been pulled from Critical Role with the hand of Vecna, but I'm not leaving. Like, I've only gone 90 feet away. Like, I haven't just completely disappeared and you'll never see me again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
This is the diffusion.
No, I did enjoy that, and I enjoy the tension, and I will reiterate, and I think, we all know this, we're all still friends at the table. It's our characters that are having...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it was, I was feeling that tension. I mean, if the heat of that conflict doesn't awaken that dragon egg, I don't know what will.
Oh, one other thing. When I thunderstepped, you just hear...
Very good. Very good. Cool. All right. Well, I think that was an excellent session. It's been, a little bit over 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Almost
Something like that.
So I think that's
almost
good timing.
Almost three.
And that gives me time as well to plan for what's going to happen next week. Perhaps I can approach each of you individually as well and kind of work out what your intentions are.
Sure.
And then we can work out what that'll look like in the hot start next week. Cool. Anything else you wanted to say, guys? Any other final kind of moments?
I love you, Timmy.
I love you too. We're gonna talk when the stream's over because this is supposed to be fun to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
We're gonna,
We'll keep it off stream.
Yeah, we'll keep
absolutely.
it off stream, and then we'll come back next week. So make sure if you haven't already, with the VODs, make sure you hit subscribe. But we're back every Monday, 6:37-ish, depending on people's chores and looking after puppy dogs. And we'll catch you then. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Bye.